to be? What's a cup of tea? What's mushy peas? What's the biggie thing? What's all this then?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's All This Then? It's a podcast about the United Kingdom with new episodes every Monday and bonus episodes every Thursday. In the previous episode of What's All This Then Finest, we took another look inside of the postbox and answered a bunch of your listener questions, such as, how did me and Libby become friends? When is it okay to accept a cup of tea from a stranger? And how many fingers do British people have? If you want to know the answers to those questions and more, you got to join us over on Patreon, the patreon.com/What's All This Then. But today on the show, dare I say that today's little chinwag is going to be positively splendid. Finally, a chance to discuss the more important things in life, such as why partridge is the only meat I'll have for supper, and which is the best boarding school to send little Tiffany to. And perhaps once this is all done, we can take the Land Rover over to Mummy's country house and get absolutely smashed. But in the meantime, don your finest tweed and grab a glass of Pimm's, because it's time to discuss poshos. Quite. I'm Charlotte, one middle name McDonnell, and I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host, it's Elizabeth Watson.
You know that I actually am Elizabeth.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were maybe just guessing, but I am that. I am Elizabeth. And that's
This
Posh.
is good because we've hit one of the first, like, something we have discussed on the podcast before that you have forgotten about.
Oh, I'm sure.
Good.
I'm pretty sure that that's actually not the first. And so there's a sort of meta thing here going on where this is the first time that you have said that we've discussed something and forgotten about it, but it's actually not because you forgot about it. So.
And it's only episode 20, so we are fucked.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, we're basically in the nursing home saying, and I'm British to each other. Yeah, and I'm British as well.
I will say, when I was looking up Posh People names, which is a thing that I did do in preparation for this episode, Elizabeth did not come up, but Charlotte did. I didn't realize that I actually had picked a posh person name for myself.
All right, well,
But here we are.
That's one mark in favor of me then as not being posh, because as we'll talk about, being posh is actually so bad to be and do.
Yep. I did find a How Posh Are You BuzzFeed quiz that we absolutely don't have to do, but it does also sort of feel important today that we do decide who is the poshest and are we actually posh. This feels like vital stuff to get into, and I'm very afraid I don't want to be the poshest one, even though I feel like I probably am.
That's such bullshit. I'm clearly the poshest one.
Okay, well, I mean, we can get into this, Libby. We can get into this. But I want to bring in our guest. She's one of the hosts of the podcast Text Me Back and a verified smart person who knows and writes about US politics. She made me wonder, when am I going to ask my podcast co-host to get matching tattoos with me? It's Meagan Hatcher-Mays. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. You guys should get matching tattoos. It was great. We had our listeners. Well, it was kind of unfair because we were like, Patreon subscribers exclusive. Let us know what tattoo we should get. We should get a matching tattoo. And you can win a prize. And then like 10 people had the same idea, but we had also already had the idea. It was to get like one of those best friend lockets and half of it.
Oh, yeah, that's really nice.
You know, usually they say
That is good.
B fry St. N's, best friend. But ours says ik, and then Lindy says te mba. And so if you put it together, it says text me back. And then because so many people had the idea, and then we didn't actually use the one that won the Patreon vote. And then we also never sent anyone a present for, I'm so sorry. But that's what you guys should do if you want to have a successful podcast.
Look, here's what I'll say. As a person who owes several stream concepts that were, met with sub goals over a year ago, it's important to keep them wanting more.
So true.
By more, yes. I mean things you said you would do and didn't do. You just have to have some of those. You got to have some of those,
Yeah. Can I just say also, I feel like I'm already at a disadvantage if we're going to like execute the person who's the most posh at the end of this episode. Because I feel like Charlotte kind of hit the nail on the head. She only has one middle name. Like, I feel like a hallmark of a posh person is having 45 names. And I'm already, right off the bat, I got 3. Meagan
got
Hatcher-Mays.
3.
So I feel like
Yeah.
already a posh demerit. I'm a little worried about how
Oh.
this is going to go, but I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well,
Okay.
Meagan, you're going to love the game at the end of the episode. Let me tell you that. You're going to
Ooh.
love the game.
I do love the game.
Libby's giving me a hint, and I just can't wait. I don't think. Okay, what the few things I wanted to talk about. I have made the promise to get a tattoo previously on my stream, and I still haven't done it. I actually still have never had a tattoo at all.
Me neither.
You haven't had one either, Libby?
Yeah, so what if our first tattoo was, we could do What's All This Then? We could do Mr. Blobby getting fucked by Kermit or something. Kermit, not British, but...
It's got to be
hold on.
Digby and a cup of tea.
Oh, Digby and
Doing
a
a
cup of
little
tea.
Digby and a cup of tea would be
And
nice. But
Charlotte's
what
cat
if it was?
Gideon.
But what if it was so you have just Kermit, and I've got Mr. Blobby, but you don't see Mr. Blobby's dick on mine. You just see it on yours. So yours is just Kermit. It would be pig with the white spots as well, which would be great. So you would know.
People ask about it, you just say, it doesn't make sense unless it's with its matching tattoo.
Right.
Mhm.
Right,
Yes,
exactly. Yeah.
Or we could do something like get our cats or whatever, I guess. I mean, that could
I
also
guess.
be nice.
I immediately revoke my suggestion because the Mr. Blobby Kermit OnlyFans sounds a lot
Only-
worse.
But why is it Kermit, though? Kermit
I
is...
don't know. I thought that would be a funny guy to be fucking Mr. Blobby. Am
Is he
I wrong?
low key British?
He could
Kermit?
be.
Hello.
I mean, he does look like a sort of, spindly British bloke you'd see on the tube. I feel like you
Yeah.
could imagine Kermit
Mhm.
sitting on the tube reading a copy of the Sunday Times.
It's giving Stephen Merchant a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yes, totally. I completely agree. I'll think of some other things. I mean, cup of tea is obviously something good. Baked beans, a sort of horrible spreading pool of baked beans.
That's good.
It's important to me that it's horrible for some
Yes.
reason.
It has
Yeah.
to be absolutely vile.
Yeah.
I do actually want to get a nice tea tattoo. I did think it would be nice to get like the flowering tea plant
I love
as
that.
a
Oh,
tattoo.
okay. Well,
I thought
that's-
that would be quite pleasant.
Yeah, I mean, that is nice. But what
Mhm.
if the tea plant was like sucking off Mr. Blobby or something?
So something to think about.
Yeah. Like like the Mario piranha plant, but it's a tea plant and it's sucking
Okay.
off Mr. Blobby.
Okay,
Just a
well,
suggestion.
the temptation to derail the entire podcast and go to Rule 34 and just look at the Mr. Blobby porn is really, really high right now.
Did
but
we
I do-
not do that? Because that's a huge oversight if we didn't go to Rule 34 and look for Mr. Blobby.
We did not do that on our Mr. Blobby episode.
We
No,
are so bad at podcasting.
I know.
Wow.
That was like second episode though. We hadn't really figured out how to do it yet. We haven't figured out how to do a good podcast, which does involve looking at porn of beloved British
Yes,
characters.
it does.
There's no
I can confirm.
Blobby. Sorry.
There's no Mr. Blobby?
No, there's just nothing. Nobody here but us chickens, it says.
Oh man.
But I bet
Okay,
if
well-
I Googled Rule 34 Mr. Blobby.
Well, maybe this is a good idea for our first
Oh, yeah.
competition. Right?
Oh,
Our first
boy.
competition, send us your best Mr. Blobby porn. We want you to make it, and then we will pick our favorite, and that is the tattoo that
And that
we'll
will be
get.
the tattoo.
No, don't promise that. No,
That's
no.
a promise from both me
Charlotte's
and Libby.
joking,
We
haha.
both committed to that.
It
That's
is
the way we're going to do it.
Legally
What's all this
binding.
post at gmail.com. Okay.
Charlotte, speaking of a cup of tea, I'm drinking right now a really large amount of iced tea. But when I was drinking it, I thought it kind of looks like a horrible British pint, doesn't it?
It does. It's very... I kind of want iced tea to be a little bit more translucent than that.
Well, I
guess
like it
'cause-
very strong.
Right. You need the I'm British and so I want a really, really strong tea, but then I also want it iced because I'm Californian and it's so hot. So
It's
I gotta have
hot.
my iced tea.
It's
Yeah, there's
really
no
hot.
ice in it, for the record.
That's another weird thing about that iced tea. Yeah.
It's from the fridge. And in fact, I brought the rest of the pitcher with it because there was slightly too much to put in the cup, but not
Mhm.
enough to put back in the fridge. So I've got the rest of it here. And Lewis was like, "That's like your sidecar," and I was like, "Well, yeah. If the sidecar came in a bigger car than the car, then yeah, I'll just go ahead and pour
the car was tea.
It was a car was tea.
Yes.
Meagan, you are the second most person. No, that's not what I was thinking. You are the person we've had on the podcast who has known me for the second most amount of time.
Oh, exciting. Yay.
Yes.
Yes.
We have known each other for, I figured this out, 11 years.
Yes, it's true. We used to work at a little nonprofit called
Beep, beep, beep.
Matters for America. And who knows how much longer that place is going to exist.
Look,
So-
I've been thinking that for the last about 11 years.
I know.
So-
but who could say? But now Elon is coming for them. So
Sure.
and he's got bottomless pockets. So who knows? But anyways, yeah, Libby and I would monitor the media together.
Oh,
and we liked it.
And we would be like, Fox News? Bad.
More like phone news, and then
More
we
like-
would just do this, and we'd say, all right, that's it. Done
More
for
like
the day.
Sucks news. You know what I'm saying? So and then I didn't work there anymore, which we can talk about offline. Interesting. But that's how we met. And it was such a delight. I was like, wow, who's this little British queen who's arrived at the doors
Ooh.
of Media Matters? It was so exciting. And you were a great outlet for me and my displeasure at my day-to-day.
And who can say where that came from? I remember thinking Meagan was really cool.
Oh,
and
no.
one of the things that made me think she was so cool is that she was one of our union organizers.
I did.
And she was also
okay, that is
funny
cool.
I
and
helped.
mean about people in a way that
Yes,
was funny.
I think we can talk about it, but yeah. So we unionized Media Matters office. I did not kick off the unionization drive. Other people did, and then because it was, and this is all publicly available information, it's all been reported. It was really hard to unionize this lefty nonprofit, like a lot harder than it should have been, even for 2015 when we did it, or 2014. And so there was other people who had, gotten all the union cards, collected everybody's cards, and then there were these claims from management of coercion and whatnot, and they wouldn't recognize our union. So we had to do it all over again. And then I was in charge of the cards, and I had to take it from there because I was not the manager of anyone. I was in charge of nothing and no one. So they could not make the argument that as someone's manager, I had like coerced them into signing these cards, because I was like,
Sure.
you barely let me watch the TVs you got in here. You know what I mean? So
Quite an important part of the job, actually, is having a TV
Yeah,
to look
right.
at. Yeah.
So they forced a NLRB election. So some lady from the NLRB had to come with like a secret ballot booth, and we all had to go into the booth and vote. And it was like almost unanimous. I think like 2 people voted against it, and then one of the people who voted against it is now a very popular leftist blogger, extremely pro-union DSA.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay.
Right.
I mean, hey, as long as you got there eventually,
Growth.
and that's really
Right,
all that
people
matters.
change.
People
It's
change.
gross.
Exactly.
Now, it was, I think an important note about this time is that this is before, I think, most like non-profit unions or even
that's
media unions. This was before the Gawker Union.
Yep.
This was before, and it is funny the way I say Gawker still. I don't say Gawker like you guys
Gawker.
do. Gawker. Because that would
Gawker?
sound stupid if I said Gawker. What the fuck is she saying?
It does sound weird when you say it like that.
Yes, I have to say Gawker. But then when I say Gawker, people think I'm talking about fucking Sebastian Gawker. And I would
Gawker.
never be doing that. Gawker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would never do that. So yeah, it was a different time. But now we're much happier, aren't we? Both of us?
Yes, everything has been solved. That's what they're saying.
Crucially. Yeah, crucially, all the problems are gone, and that's why
That's
we
good
don't
to
need
know.
we don't need.
I
a
don't pay
nonprofit
attention
like
to
that.
the news anymore, so I'm
Yeah.
just getting this now.
You're good.
That's good to
Yeah.
know. It's all
Yeah.
it's all good.
All is well.
That's lovely.
All is well in
well.
the District of Columbia, where I live.
Yeah, I've
And
heard
I'm-
actually things are particularly well there.
So well. So well. They're saying more and more, and they're saying it very strongly. Now is a great time to start an independent podcast with your best friend, such as Text Me Back podcast, which you should all check out everywhere you get your podcasts.
That's right. It's simply a great time, and this is something that Charlotte said on our first episode, which was 4 months ago or something. Now is it's a fine time to get into podcasting. It's not too late.
Yeah.
You haven't missed the boat.
This is it. Starting a podcast in 2025 is a good idea.
It's
That's
genius.
right, Charlotte.
Yeah, we, Lindy and I also started a newsletter for our podcast, and we put it on Substack. And then, like 2 weeks later, it was like, oh, God damn it! So we're like, what other dying industries can we start up a thing? Like, I think next we're gonna buy like a local newspaper, and just like see how that goes.
That could actually be. I mean, I bet there's a local newspaper out there that's to be had for like $1,000 or something. Could be fun.
If we pool our Patreon dollars.
Yeah, if we buy, the B-Tutor Advocate or something, and then we get really big in B-Tutor.
Yeah. That's where all the podcasters are moving.
Yeah. Okay, so we were talking about this on a stream the other day. I don't remember when, or maybe it was the podcast. I don't know. About picking a town for everybody to go and sort of take over, like all the content people to go and take over, so we don't all have to live in LA or New York or one of the expensive places, but everybody just decides, that was it. We were talking about Tillamook. What if we just take over Tillamook, Oregon? And we just bring, because that's where the nice ice cream comes from.
Have you ever been to the factory? Have you ever toured the factory?
No, I was looking at pictures of the town. It looks insanely
It's amazing.
Nice. Yes.
I went on a road trip I'm from Seattle originally. We did a road trip from Seattle down to Tillamook, and we camped at the dunes because the Pacific Northwest is biodiverse. People don't know. We have rainforests and deserts, folks.
It's so cool.
And the town had a bunch of like gigantic paper mache dinosaurs, and then you could do a tour of the Tillamook and factory, and it was incredible. Like you can meet their cows and stuff. It's great. Highly recommend if you're in the area.
I want to.
But we should move somewhere where we can upset the delicate political balance. Oregon is safe, I think. North Dakota is off the table because the oil has raised the housing prices too much. But I think we could make a play for Omaha. I think we could.
Okay, does it have to be in America though?
No.
This is my question.
That's a good point. We don't need to stay here. Let's go.
It would be. Yeah, well, we're good to do that in Canada, like, because it's also cold in Canada. Any of the places that need to be upset in Canada are so cold.
Yeah.
So cold.
You gotta be somewhere where there's the Vancouver-like climate, but I don't know. I've been wanting to leave Toronto for quite a while. I was very much planning on moving to the United States of America, and now I am not just going to do that, at least for a little while. But it's just getting colder now, and I'm just thinking about the Toronto winter that's about to hit me, and already it's sort of like preemptively getting the sad, like it's just going to be so dark and cold out and depressed.
Yeah.
But
speaking of dark and cold and depressed, Britain.
Yep.
Meagan,
great job, Libby. Great job.
Thank you so much. We like to ask our guests what their relationship with the UK is, and do you like us?
I have so many different feelings about the UK. It was the first place I ever traveled internationally was to the UK. It's a very good first international trip because you can just speak English. Do people make fun of you? Absolutely. Yes. They claim to have invented the language. That's what they say. So we went to London first, and it was great. I ordered a Caesar salad, and they gave me a side of mayonnaise to go with it. And so it felt like a very authentic British experience. I was like, they're doing it.
Delicious, doesn't it, Libby?
I was like, they're doing it. They're doing the gross food thing. Like it felt like a little bit of like a British Disneyland or something.
Yeah.
And then we traveled up to Scotland. We went to Edinburgh, and we went to wherever the Loch Ness monster is. What is the name of it? Something.
I think it's Loch Ness.
Isn't the town called something? Windermere? Windermere? Is that what it's called?
On.
I'm actually not sure. I have been there, but
Lewis, can you text me what the name of the town where the Loch Ness monster is? Because I know you just went there in May. Thank you.
Lewis is the new producer of the podcast.
Good, he deserves it. And then we witnessed like this insane street brawl, like outside of some weird British coffee shop. The coffee was disgusting. That's not your area of expertise, and that's okay. And then they had like a street team come out and just mop up the guy's blood, and like in the middle of the day. And I was like, this place rocks.
It does sound like they were putting on a show for you.
Yeah,
like,
I
it
just
really
was
does
like-
seem like,
I was like-
now it's time to watch the two blokes do
Yeah.
fisticuffs.
It's like we got the bad food, we got the hooliganism, you know? It was
Yep,
very
yep, yep.
exciting.
Can I
So-
ask if the brawl was that also in Scotland?
It was, yes. It was
Okay.
in the town where the next to Loch Ness is.
Mhm.
And then we went to Wales. Now, I don't know if this is controversial, but what a dump. Okay,
I would
I'm
never
I
say
would
that.
go ahead and say that is probably controversial
Is it?
to people in Wales, right?
Okay. Just the people in Wales. I
Where
mean,
did you go in
Okay,
Wales?
where in Wales?
Okay,
yeah.
I will tell you what happened, and because I really don't think it's Wales's fault, but we went to Cardiff because we were like, we want to go see the castle. Because what's the point of going to Europe and to England specifically if you're not going to see a palace or a castle or something? So we're like,
Sure.
we'll go see this castle, and we get there, and everything is closed, including the trains, because of the Cardiff Marathon, which caused them to shut down every road in all of Cardiff. So, and then the castle was closed
No.
because of the running.
Ooh.
And so we didn't, and so this was, by the way, this was like 2002. So we did not have cell phones. We didn't even really have a map. We just were like, oh, we'll just take the train to the hostel where we're staying. But the trains weren't running. So we just had to walk. We didn't know any other way to do it. We just walked from the main train station alongside the commuter rail train, the like rail,
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
tracks,
Yep.
to try to find our hostel. That way we walked like 3 miles.
Oh no.
Which I think is the entire width of Wales. I don't know, and I don't know how many kilometers that is. And it was just grim. It was upsetting because the castle was closed. So we were like, let's
Yeah.
go to a chippy shop, and then it was just oil and a newspaper. I
Yeah.
was like, man, what a dark time here in Cardiff, Wales.
Yeah,
Rough.
and it's always like that. They're always doing the Cardiff Marathon every single day,
Every day.
They are.
in the whole of Wales
That's
as
what
well.
they're saying.
So,
They're saying that the
yeah.
castle is never open because of the goddamn running.
And the whole town is along the commuter rail. It's basically just the houses that are on either side of the track. And that's
I'm
it.
sorry to say it, Wales, you let me down. And
No, it sounds terrible, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is absolutely the worst way to experience anywhere. I took the train a lot when I was like in my late teens. I was always going, between Banbury and Birmingham or Oxford or whatever. And it really is crazy how the arse end of the town is the one
Yeah.
that you show up in if you
Yeah.
arrive on the train. Like,
Mhm.
especially Banbury, where I'm from, the first thing you see as you're coming into Banbury from the north is this enormous factory, which looks like, Isengard. It's horrible. And it's also known in the town for being the factory that makes the whole place smell like shit, because they're making, it's a craft factory, and they're making, I think, instant coffee, but apparently part of making instant coffee is making this like egg sewer smell.
oh
And it's the whole town
God.
smells like it, and it's so nasty.
Ugh.
It's bad that you brought that up so many times that I really, really want to know what this
No, I
smells
want
like now.
now I want to smell it. By the way,
I
the
hope
town
it still
was
smells like that.
Inverness, so I remembered.
Inverness.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah,
lovely.
okay.
Scotland,
That is the one that you go to if you're going to. Yeah, I have been
Yeah.
to Inverness. It's nice.
Scotland
Me.
was a delight. London was also lovely. We went and saw the stolen marbles, and I was like, man, the British have done it again. And then Wales was a little bit disappointing, but again, if you're Welsh, I am sorry for slandering you. It was a lovely place, and I will go back one day and have a nice time.
I've been to Cardiff also and had
Yeah.
a similar experience. The nice bits of Wales is, in my experience, North Wales, where my aunt lived, and
Nice.
it's bloody lovely up there. I believe
Mhm.
North Wales historically is the more Welsh bit of Wales, because the south of Wales is where the English tended to go to be like, we'll have this, shall we? Well, should we just take this?
We'll just take this then.
Yeah. That's actually probably ours, isn't it?
you
And
think
you
about
guys
it.
are all talking weird, but you'll probably get over that at some point.
We'll teach you not to do that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll teach you. Yeah.
We'll show you. But I guess my broad takeaway from England, and I feel like I was thinking about this a lot. That's my other dog. That's not Kevin. He's being a good
wow!
boy.
A second dog has hit the podcast.
I feel like Americans thought of England as being like America, but a little bit better. It's vaguely European, okay, which makes it glamorous.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And if you hurt your leg or something, you just go to the doctor and it's fine.
Right.
So it's like, oh, England rocks. Then it turns out England's bad, you know? Because it's like, I would love to have what I'm about to say called out if this feels off. America is bigoted and evil in many ways, but it also feels like England invented it. You know what I mean? Like England invented it. America maybe perfected it a little bit.
Sure.
But I am constantly surprised how virulent.
That's a hard one to say. Easy one to write, hard one to say.
Yeah.
Virulent.
Just like the level. Okay. Jesus. They
Stop
disagree.
talking about England being racist. I actually quite like it.
It just feels like, can I just say this? It feels like on the one hand, it feels like the racism is different, although I couldn't exactly articulate why I think that. But it feels like the transphobia is worse.
Oh, it's crazy. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm obviously the person who should be talking about this on this podcast.
Yeah. Libby, go ahead.
Thanks, Charlotte.
Speak on this, Libby.
It is tough to say because obviously with the government we have enormous transphobia in the US right now, and it's sort of what's the word? It's sort of governmental policy, you know, in a lot of places, federal government policy. Now, in the UK, I think what's different is the liberals, or you know, the people on the left, are transphobic in a way that even American left and liberals are not.
I guess
the UK has managed to tie transphobia to feminism in a way that you're like, how did you manage to do that?
It's unique. It's unique what they've done
exactly.
there. Yeah, I guess what I would say is like, it's not that America's not bigot. I'm not trying to say America is better by any means, but what it feels like, to your point, Libby, it feels like our government is deeply transphobic, but our people are not that fussed about it as much.
Right.
And yet it feels like some British people's entire identity is hurting trans people for sport. Like that just feels unique. And yes, the bastardization of feminism to do it is just like, oh, who would have ever thought of that? Only someone who had been dedicated to conquest for millennia would have thought of something that deranged.
Only
you know what I mean?
People with that kind of track record. Yeah.
I still feel like I have a lot of soft feelings for England, and I am rooting for it. I think, you know, I'm rooting for them, but I also feel a lot like here's what I think. I don't have active beef with England, or the UK, but if a British person says some shit about America, it's curtains. Like, don't talk about my family like that.
Right.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I become like the most nationalist psycho in the world. And what really got me most recently is this British guy on TikTok being like, I hate how Americans say croissant. It's not croissant. It's croissant. I was like, first of all, why are you carrying water for the French? Okay, because I don't think they requested that. I'm sure they didn't actually.
And second of all, guys.
Yeah, fuck them. And second of all, we all lived through Mexico week, sir, and we heard how you said guacamole and taco. So I will not be receiving a lesson from you about how to pronounce croissant. Thank you. So I sometimes get a little nationalist about America when a British person kind of comes from my family. If that makes sense.
And we experienced exactly the same thing in Redmond as well. For sure.
The same thing. And then, you know, it's complicated if, for example, you are both British and American. And you just don't really know where to go with all that. You know, it's just, hey, maybe we're very, very similar in the ways that we're bad. Like most of the things that we hate about each other tend to be things that we hate about ourselves, I think.
You're like, hey, man, life is a rich tapestry. Who could say who's worse? I don't know.
Who could say? It's just, here's the thing is it's basically the two worst countries with the two worst track records fighting for which is worse. And it's like, you know what? Neither of us is, and I'm trying to think of a good country now that hasn't done bad
Not
stuff.
one. That's the thing when like rich Americans are like, I'm leaving. America's a shit show. I'm leaving. I'm going to Europe. Like, where? All of Europe sucks in the same way. They're all having fascism problems.
European
everywhere.
racism is like another, like, I won't say another level because, again, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to be like, okay, let's decide who's the most racist. But they are on some shit there. Like, if you ever watch like an Italian football game where some of the players are black,
Oh, it's not nice.
You don't want to watch. You don't want to see that.
You don't want to see what they're throwing on the field. It's really not good. It's so bad. And it just is like, okay, what?
Yeah.
It just like, I don't know. I mean, like America is a deeply racist country, and yet it's so uncommon. Well, I don't want to say so uncommon. It's becoming more and more common given the current circumstances we find ourselves in, but it just doesn't happen like a concerted effort to like throw racist imagery items onto a football field,
An American racist will be like, well, I just think that they shouldn't kneel for the flag.
Right.
And an Italian racist will be like, I've been to the grocery store and I've got my thing ready to throw on the field.
I have purchased my item to do my racism
item for the big game.
And the security guard is going to let me in with my item to do it. Get excited. It's crazy.
He'll be saying molto bene at that. Well, yeah, I think that's all fair and correct. And I hope one day you get to go back and have a nice experience.
I know, that was the last time I went. Yeah, that was 20
And I would like to know,
ago.
because before we started recording, you were talking about the fact that you recently got back on BritBox.
Yes.
And so I wanted to know about, so speaking of British stuff that you like, what are you watching on BritBox? And why did you, because I am currently also a BritBox subscriber.
You'll have to tell me everything that you're watching. Okay, so I love slop, as you called it before we started recording, pee pee poo poo, because like life is so hard, and then people are always like, "Oh, did you watch Succession?" Fuck no, I didn't watch Succession. Like, why would I? Did I watch The Wire? No, god damn, of course not.
This is Libby to me right now.
Yeah.
Libby, like, you should watch The Sopranos, though. And I understand that it was making you depressed, but it's still really good. So.
One potential exception, although I did start watching The Sopranos in the 90s, so it's like it predates when my brain was craving slop, so that's probably not fair.
It needs,
Great show,
it needs like a way in, because like I didn't start watching The Sopranos, like, obviously I watched it first and was like, wow, this is great. It's not something I go back to rewatch because it's a dark world to live in. And so it needs to sneak in around the back, Because if I just have the choice of what I'm going to watch, I'm going to watch Time Team, Escape to the Country, YouTube videos about Zelda.
For sure.
Like, it's going to be slop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Life is really, really hard. And everyone in power is like evil and terrible, right? And then like prestige dramas are all about terrible people.
Right.
And the top way to get me to never watch a show is to be like, you're supposed to hate them. They're supposed to be assholes. It's like, okay. Well, like my whole life is that. My real life is those guys. Like I don't want to spend my off time also with a bunch of dicks, So I really only watch just the finest of slop. I watch a lot of true crime, so I like watch a lot of Dateline, and like any show that had like 8 seasons from like 2000 to 2008, I'll watch it. I watched all of House MD. Do I recommend?
I was literally going to say House MD.
Do I recommend? MD? No, I do not, girl. No. But would I do it again? Hell yeah. That shit is problematic. It's terrible. I had no idea Hugh Laurie was British until like 5 years ago, and then I ran out of stuff.
The look that Libby is giving right now after you said that about Hugh
I didn't
Laurie.
know. He just appeared out of nowhere.
No, I get
me,
it. I know a lot of Americans are like that. I grew up watching Blackadder, so to me that's so crazy. But here's the thing. Yeah. I'm British. You're American.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I didn't know I was unfamiliar with his game until he hit our shores.
He's great at the accent, is the thing.
Yeah.
He nailed it.
It's like, you want to know my opposite of this is I just found out 1 month ago that Lee Pace is American. I thought that bitch was British this whole time. He's not. He's from Oklahoma.
And
there you go.
Lee Pace.
I know he's Legolas's dad in the Hobbit films, Thranduil. Anyway, so I ran out of slop. I watched all of the available American slop. Okay. And I was like, God, what am I going to do? Because I'm not going to go watch Hacks, an excellent show that I could not possibly watch at this time. And so I got BritBox because, as it turns out, British people like slop too. They love it.
Oh,
they
and the particular kind of slop, which is the sort of cozy, nice slop.
Cozy,
and boring as well,
yes,
importantly.
And boring. A cozy murder, my favorite kind. I love a good... So Charlotte, I'm here to tell you, I watched all 14 seasons of Death in Paradise, and I regret nothing. Great, stupid ass show. Some white man comes from England. For some reason, this Caribbean island is not allowed to have its own police. They're like
It's
not
just the
allowed
White
to have
Lotus.
its own.
Isn't that just what the White Lotus is?
Yeah, White Lotus wishes it could be
This is
Death in Paradise. And so some white police officer comes to be the detective chief inspector of the
Thank you.
island because they're
DCI.
not
Yeah.
because they're not
Mhm.
allowed to have their own non-white, non-British DCIs. Whatever, a vestige of
Mhm.
colonialism, I'm sure.
Sure.
Anyways, and he solves a bunch of island-based homicides. By the way, this island, I do not go on vacation there. People are getting whacked left and right. And anyway, the whole bit is like the white guy comes from England and he hates it because there's no worse place on earth for a British person than paradise on
Right.
a tropical island. And so they're always too sweaty. It's too hot, too many bugs. What's that lizard doing here? I can't get enough. I watched all 14 seasons. So that's the main thing. And then I did watch some good stuff, I want to say. I watched, what's the one with Detective Inspector Jimmy Perez? He's from the north.
It's become clear to me when you sort of pointed at me and said Death in Paradise, and I was like, I actually don't know what that is. That
Oh
you
my
are
God.
way more into BritBox than me.
It's really
'Cause-
bad. I actually I feel embarrassed being like, I watched all 14 seasons because I don't want anyone to walk away from this thinking, oh, I should Shetland. Yes. I don't want, and Vera. Can't get enough Vera. I don't want anyone to walk away from this thinking, oh, well, Meagan said she watched all 14 seasons of Death in Paradise. I should give it a shot. Please don't. Please
Don't message her
It was-
if you did and you didn't
Yeah,
like it. It's
and
not
this-
actually up to her.
It's not my business what my brain lets me watch on TV. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
so I watch a lot of Vera. I watch all of Vera. I watched Shetland, and then I watched some show where a cruise ship singer solves murders. So bad. That one was so bad I actually had to stop watching it, which is really saying something for me.
That is
I gotta
good.
say. Yeah,
The
what are you
British
watching?
people love a murder. I watched I wanted to see what like new TV the UK was making was my thing. I wanted to sort of like have the experience of what's on, like I'm looking through the Radio Times, let's watch the new thing. And it doesn't need to be that good, but just like what is being made. So I watched Ludwig, which is
I
the
heard that's
David
good.
Mitchell one,
Yeah.
where he he's like a puzzle setter who he's using his knowledge of puzzles to solve the murders.
Brilliant.
And then I watched Code of Silence as well,
That's on my
which
list.
is also really good.
If you liked, I have not watched Code of Silence, but I suspect if you like Code of Silence, you would like Vera. She's like a hard scrabble northerner detective inspector who has, I don't know what the psychiatric term is, but it's like she's got son issues. You know how like people have mommy. It's like she has that. She always has a partner who's like a 30-something-year-old man. And those are like her little sons, and she hates them all. And she's always like giving them a hard time because it's like she has son issues. I'm like, Vera, go to therapy, girl.
She's got
I'm obsessed with
sonitis,
her.
yeah.
She's crazy.
Yeah,
I love her.
yeah.
Can't get enough Vera.
Charlotte, would you mind sharing the screen that I just shared?
Let's have a look at Lee Pace's face.
You
real
thought this
quick.
guy was British?
Of course I did. Look at him. He's got a very British nose, I feel. The mouth, the lips are very thin in the British style. You know? He's got, you know what he's got? He's got
style
that.
of the thin lips.
He's
So
got-
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's got a little crease in his forehead, which strikes me as chiefly British.
Yeah, but he's hot as fuck.
He is hot, but sometimes you guys do have a hot guy because the other guy in The Hobbit is also hot. Richard? Is that his name? I don't know.
Yeah, Richard.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You know
Richard's
him?
so hot.
Richard from The Hobbit.
You know
Cool.
Richard? He's
I tell
really
you,
hot.
okay, I tell you who is hot and is British and has the potential to be in one of these shows is Jason Isaacs.
He is hot.
Jason. He's he was in
Mega
the last
babe.
season of White Lotus, wasn't he?
He was.
Ooh, was he?
Yes.
Yeah, he was indeed.
Ooh.
I did not watch it. I did watch the first 2 seasons of White Lotus, so I got in my prestige show
Nice.
quota.
Gotcha.
Yes, I did it.
I could talk a lot about it because there's it's mostly good, and then there's some insidious transphobic stuff inside
Oh.
of it, which is like I think difficult to completely pass. But
Oh.
if you're not sort of in the know, but I didn't like that stuff at all.
I think after the season, I haven't watched it, but after the season aired, Mike White did an interview with Andrew Sullivan where he was like, I agree with you. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Mhm.
Michael, oh, that's really disappointing. So I haven't
Yeah.
watched it, but I believe you that it's troubling.
That particular element is, but I still needed to know who did it. And who to. At the end of the day, I still needed to know who was doing the killing and all of that.
Yeah,
so,
fair enough.
He got me. In the end, he got me.
Richard Armitage is his name, and he is in The Hobbit, and he is hot and British.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yep.
throwing that out there.
Look, to me, the all-time hottest guy on the planet is David Tennant, and that MF
Yeah.
is British and looks British. So,
I would love to do a episode of Finest, Libby, where we just do the bracket of hot British guys. And we just try and pick the hottest British guy. I think that's an episode right there.
I would love that.
We can do that.
I'd love to do that.
Now, I do want to talk about a specific thing that has happened in the United Kingdom recently. But for that, we need to go to British Thought of the Week.
Tea's quite nice. What happened to Noel Edmonds? EastEnders. Bloody raining again. How do they make Scotch eggs? Did they finish Brexit or what? Did they?
Okay, so sorry. I don't want to interrupt,
go
but
ahead.
I literally just Googled what happened with Brexit because I somehow missed I was like, did they Brexit? Did they do it?
Did they?
Just yesterday I was looking it up and they did. Yeah, they left. Sorry, go ahead.
This is great
That's
because
fine.
every time I'm like, I listen to that theme and I'm like, I actually should look that up. I do know that we left the EU, but like, did they finish with all the trade stuff? Because like for a long time it's like, okay, we're out of the EU, but we basically are still doing all of the EU trade stuff, which is like the important part of being in the EU is like not having to check goods for whether they comply with EU standards on bendy bananas and all that.
Oh, that's a good little theme song, good little jingle.
Hey,
It
thanks,
is
Meagan.
good. Great job on that one, Libby. Well, today's British Thought is not related to politics at all, or maybe we can make it political. We'll see. It is, why did Tesco make a birthday cake sandwich? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Why did Tesco make a birthday cake sandwich? I will now show you both an image of Tesco's birthday cake sandwich if you'd like to try and describe this one.
I
to the
would
listeners.
say it looks exactly how you think it would look. It
Yep.
is a classic Tesco meal deal white bread sandwich. And I will note that the packaging has a little stamp on it that says meal deal main.
Yes.
Which is hey Charlotte, who do you main in meal deal? I've been maining tuna sandwich recently, but
It's always been the chicken bacon wrap for me personally.
Sure.
That's my main. But
Yeah.
Is the V on the packaging suggesting that it's vegan?
it
Vegetarian.
is
No way.
vegetarian.
I was like, there's
It's a
no
vegetarian.
There's no chance. No chance.
Can I say it didn't look how I was expecting it to look? I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but not this. I mean, it looks like a PB&J kind of, except instead of PB, it's funfetti frosting.
Yes.
I guess I thought it was going to be 2 pieces of bread around a piece of cake, like an actual.
now that-
so.
That would be, I think that would be better actually.
But that's
Yeah.
America
Frosting
for you,
sandwich.
you know.
yeah. Okay, I'll mount a defense of this, but Charlotte, do you want to tell us more about it first before I defend it, in case
Yeah,
it's
so-
racist or something?
I can confirm for you now that, I mean, just based on my own knowledge, it does not seem like the Tesco birthday cake sandwich limited edition, get it while you can for £3 is racist. Let me actually show you. Let me show you. Because the image that you're both looking at right now, and you'll see it on the video version of the podcast as well, is like the publicity still, right?
It's got a candle in it.
Which has a candle in it, which is pretty funny. But I do think it's important in situations like this to also have a look at what it looks like in real life. So I've just showed a picture that someone posted on Reddit of the actual sandwich and what it looks like when you pick it up.
The actual sandwich looks so dry.
Yeah,
And dry and greasy at the same time.
the sort of bleeding of the jam into the frosting, and there's something absolutely obscene about the way the jam looks in a way that I can't really explain, but it looks like a wound.
Yes.
Yeah.
It certainly
does.
My sandwich
does.
is wounded.
Somebody call 999 because we've got an emergency.
That's
The
right.
sandwich has scraped its little leg.
Yeah, it's like the jam is like it's seeping into the bread and somehow into the icing as well in a way that is really uncomfortable. So it does. They do specify that it is a brioche style bread.
No, it's not. No,
That's what they say. It is a brioche style bread. It does not look like that. It looks just like your
The normal
classic
bread.
like white like Warburtons
It does,
or
just
whatever.
like Wonder Bread. Yeah.
It has okay. I do have the press release open for this because I like a good
Sure.
press release.
Mhm.
The celebratory sandwich blends strawberry jam with a cream cheese filling between 2 slices of soft brioche-style bread. And it even comes complete with rainbow sprinkles. And they say the soiree sandwich takes inspiration from the birthday classic Victoria sponge and the popular birthday cake flavor.
What? Oh, sorry.
It's the popular birthday. I think I will say I do think that birthday cake is a flavor now.
Yeah.
I think I do agree with that.
Well,
I was going
here's
to
the
say,
thing.
what's with all the capitulating with the language? You know what I mean? Birthday cake in quotes, brioche style.
Yeah,
What's going on?
just
Brioche
lie.
style is not good.
What
no.
is that? What does
Yeah.
that mean?
What are you going to do? Get
in the
taken to court?
style of brioche.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of ministry that looks into things? It was like, oh, you got to say brioche style because doesn't
Yes.
meet the definition.
Well, the
UK
Ministry of
definition
Tesco, obviously, would have jurisdiction over this. Yes, I do agree, and I did just have a fucking fantastic idea, which is to set a goal on my stream to make a good birthday cake sandwich. Because I think
Ooh,
yeah.
that is really good.
you could make a good version of this in the way that there's, there's like those Japanese sandwiches that are like the milk bread with like strawberries and cream. I
Yeah.
assume
Yes.
either cream or cream cheese in the middle.
The fruit sando, which
The fruit
actually I
sando.
do have in my notes as well, because this was this birthday cake sandwich people have been saying sort of like is the second in the line of UK sort of dessert sandwiches, because Marks and Spencer also did have a run at the sort of like Japanese inspired like fruit sando, which I'm going to show to you as well.
I would love to
since
see a
where the
picture
hell
of
I guess that
one? It has
explains
come up.
their motivations, because otherwise I'm like, why are you doing this? Okay.
I think that looks good.
This is the limited edition Red Diamond TM strawberry and cream on soft serve sweetened bread.
No,
so
not
that's
on
what we're
soft
looking at
serve.
now.
You said on soft serve like it's ice cream.
Oh,
on soft on Sunday, and not on. Sorry, the text is really small for me, and also
If it
I'm
was on-
stupid.
If
On
it was
soft
serve,
sweetened
that would
bread.
be good.
okay. This just
Um,
looks like strawberry shortcake. I
Yeah.
wouldn't buy this, but I would not be furious if I was asked to eat it. You
the
know?
Yes.
bread does. I think they also say that the bread here is more like brioche-like, and this one I kind of buy it a little bit more. Like the bread does look a little bit kind of cakey
Yeah.
on this one. I will say as well, they did launch this around the time of Wimbledon, which does make sense because
Uh-huh.
it's
Mhm.
strawberries and cream.
Mhm.
And people did like this one, although they did get pissed about it because it does look like it's half a sandwich, right?
Oh my
it
god,
does.
you're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Bloody
Looks like
rip-off,
it's half
that
a
is.
sandwich, but it's really like it's a thick boy, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to the Tesco one, which does seem it is technically like a whole sandwich, like cut into 2 halves.
God, I'm
But
it-
so hungry.
It seems
I
thin, I
could-
know.
You know, I feel like if I was if I had a tough date and I need a little sweet treat, I walk into the old Marks and Spence, and I see that bad boy, and there was nothing else that I wanted. I would buy that, and I would eat it.
While
I
we're
think.
talking meal deals, Megan, do I have
Yeah.
a memory of you saying that when you went to the UK when you were younger, you got a Boots meal deal?
No, I went to Boots in Scotland and had no idea what was happening for a solid 15 minutes. I was looking for I was looking for bobby pins, okay? And
Great place to get them.
and I was like, "Do you have bobby pins?" And she's like, "Do you mean Kirby grips?" And I was like, "What?" But it was more like, "Do you mean Kirby grips?" And I was like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And then I went to the front to buy my Kirby grips, and the lady was like, "Do you have a biscard?" And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Do you have a biscard?" And I was like, I'm so sorry because I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying, and I don't know what's happening. And I want you to know it's on me. It's 1,000% on me and my lack of education, but I don't know what you're saying. And she goes, "Do you have a Boots card?" Like I was the dumbest bitch
Mm.
in the kingdom, and I was like, and I went, "Oh, No, I don't. So I paid full price for my Kirby grips, and then off I went into downtown Edinburgh. And I was like, oh God, that was almost an international incident.
That's fascinating because in my head, that was a memory of you going to, and specifically going to Boots and getting like a tuna and cucumber sandwich or something. So that's troubling about what's happening in the algorithm of my mind.
Again, life is hard. It's hard to remember things. Slop up there these days, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Just fill in the blanks. Yeah, she probably had tuna and cucumber.
That probably did happen to me, and I don't remember. It could easily be either one.
Easily.
Now, bringing up the Boots card is really interesting as well. And this is, I'm just going to say, listeners, this is really interesting because why does this sandwich exist? Well, that's the question on everyone's mind.
Yeah.
And it is because it celebrated the 30th birthday of the Tesco club card.
Oh, it wasn't even Tesco, the grocery store. It
No.
was Tesco's savings card.
Tesco
Club card.
That's so funny.
It is really funny. I will say
It's been 30 years of us taking your personal information about your shopping habits and giving
Yes.
you very small discounts in exchange. Hooray!
yes. People do feel very strongly about the value of the Tesco club card, I think, because you get 50p or something off your meal deal, and a lot of people are eating
Right.
meal deal every fucking day for lunch, and so you know the club card is their key to savings.
Yeah. For the delicious looking
I'm
sandwiches.
just doing free marketing for Tesco's here. Club card,
Key
your
to
key to
savings.
savings. Yeah.
I think it did make me think, what is the best name for a UK supermarket loyalty card? And I do still think that I think club card is fine. The winner for me, I think, is always going to be Nectar.
Yes. Great
I
name
think.
too. And also
Nectar.
I have a specific memory of my mum getting like a letter in the post from Sainsbury's being like, why don't you join the Nectar card? And I was like, Mum, this sounds great. You should do this.
They're practically giving them away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Nectar is a good one. So it's to celebrate the club card. I did want to ask you both, because it is part of the meal deal,
Yep.
right? And it is typically, so usually you're getting your main, which will be a sandwich. If you were in a situation where you had to get a meal deal, and the only sandwich available was the Tesco birthday sandwich, what is your build gonna be for the meal deal, knowing you have to include that?
What
This
all
is
goes
tough,
into a
yeah.
meal deal? Is it like chips and a drink, or like how does this work?
It's
Pretty much it,
basically-
exactly. Yeah.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, crisps. I
Thank you so
apologize.
much.
Yeah.
Because I was about to freak out.
I was about to
until
go.
you
Yeah, that was
fucking
good.
Ape
until you
shit.
fixed it, yes. It's generally sandwich or a wrap or like, you know, some other kind of main, a pasta salad, a regular
Oh.
salad.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, like a side and a drink. And, you know, people get nutty with it for sure. We watched a video and in fact, our very first episode was about Tesco. And that's a normal thing to say. And we watched a video of a guy who was talking about his ideal meal deal. And it included a croissant, or indeed, as British people would say, a croissant.
Croissant.
As the side, which seems
Oh,
kind of a lot.
that's
Mm-hmm.
diabolical.
It
I don't
is,
know about
yeah,
that.
yeah. But you're
But
right,
then-
Charlotte. There's no clear side to go with the birthday
Would
cake
you
sandwich.
go full dessert mode? Is the thing, right?
I was gonna
Would
say,
you
I
get the
feel like
croissant?
if you're gonna, and if you're saying by law I have to eat the whole birthday cake sandwich as part of like the meal deal
That's what I'm
parliamentary
saying.
law,
You have to.
I just feel like that's too much dessert to have your side be dessert also. But you got to
Uh-huh.
go kind of plain. At least how I'm feeling. You got to go kind of plain with your sides, otherwise you'll die. You know.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'd probably just get some like plain crisps just to cut the sweetness of the sandwich, just like some
Sure.
salty
Mhm.
little crispies, and a water. Because a soda, a water, a soda with a birthday cake sandwich, oh, death.
Yeah,
Or a famous iced tea, unsweetened.
can't get that,
Mhm.
mate. Sorry,
They don't have
Yeah.
that?
They
Damn.
really
Oh,
don't have that.
they
no.
big time don't have that. Let me tell you,
This
I've
looks
tried to
like
get that at
It
like
would be the top place that would have it.
Yeah, no, you can buy bottled iced tea in the UK sometimes. I've never seen an unsweetened iced tea, and it's just kind of a joke drink there, and you definitely can't get it at you definitely can't get it at like a coffee shop.
Tesco. Oh, I see. I feel like fine. A sweetened iced tea is still, I think, better than like a carbonated something with this birthday cake sandwich. I feel like you got to go simple with the sides, you know? I'm
actually taking a look at the Tesco's website right now, and we could just do a little bit of that because as a treat for us, because I do love this.
It's a delight. I do have a video as well that I want to show you a bit of.
Now look at these snacks. This is all meat. We got Fridge Raiders, chicken bites, pepperami. I think this is because I'm on snacks and not crisps. Because I was on the meal deal page, the lunch meal deals here. Where are my crisps? Where are my crisps? They have to be under snacks, right? Because that's what the snack part of the meal deal is. Oh my god!
If I'm being honest, I don't think it's such a terrible idea to get some beef jerky to go with this sandwich. You just got to balance it somehow with something savory. I think.
What about green olives with herbs?
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I was wrong, by the way. Look at the fucking club card price difference. Without club card price. Sorry.
What's the club card price, Libby?
It says $5.50 meal deal. Oh, I see. So there are different levels. It is 50p. I'm sorry.
Sushi.
I retract my excitement. Yeah,
different levels to the club card.
There's
experience.
the £5.50 meal deal price, and then there's the $3.85 meal deal price. It's all crazy. It's all absolutely crazy. It's fucking mental there.
Used to be a proper country.
Okay. What about hoisin duck bao bun snack pot?
Oh God!
Look at that. Oh, that looks rank, doesn't it?
What is that in there?
Doesn't look great.
Is it two little bao buns inside? Is that what that is?
I think that's a one bao bun cut in half so that you can see the filling, which looks like spaghetti bolognese.
It does look a bit like spag bol.
It's giving spag bol,
but it's good for 3+ days, which is great.
So you could use the meal deal as a way to just sort of purchase some discount for later. Yeah,
for upwards of 3 days later. Yeah,
what about a nice chilled soup?
Spread out that meal deal. Well, as thrilling as it is to watch you scroll through the Tesco website, Libby, I did think possibly we might also take a look at, just a little look at, well, we want to know, is this sandwich any good? I mean, yeah, you can't actually get it anymore because it's been a month since they've released it.
Was this sandwich any good? Yeah.
Sad.
We're a little behind the times, so you should do one for your stream because it's the only way to enjoy one of these right now. But I did find a video from well, he's a legend. It's Bold Foodie Guy.
Yes!
Who did review the birthday cake sandwich. Now, this is 7 minutes long, so we'll skip through it. But if you haven't seen Bold Foodie Guy, he's one of the best ones out there doing it.
How are we all doing out there? I hope you're all spot on as always. Now, I got
he's in his car.
Not a message, but I was on Instagram this morning.
Posh.
And I seen a new sandwich out in Tesco, and I thought, ooh, I've got to try it. I've got to try that. So I'm just pulled up at Tesco now.
Got to try it.
I'll have a little walk in, and I'll see if I can get this sandwich. So come on, let's go in Tesco.
Okay. Oh, he's so nice.
he is a delight.
He's wonderful.
Truly.
We love Bold Foodie Guy.
One of the things that Bold Foodie Guy does do is he will spend lots of time talking about all of the ingredients, like because people want to know, but I do want to skip forward to him actually getting the sandwich out and giving it a go.
Got a little tab system on there.
That is good,
isn't it? Just a little quickie, this one. Obviously a sandwich.
Obviously a sandwich.
Oh, I love him.
At least with this one, you're getting sort of 2 rounds of bread and 2 halves. You know, the last one I did, I won't go on about the M&S one.
Yeah,
anyway,
he did the M&S one as well.
Oh, nice.
You'll have to go back a few videos, but
brioche style.
I'll open this one up. You can have a look inside yourself. Very, very cold. It's been in the fridge, obviously. There's the jam.
Yeah, not a lot of filling in there.
Not a lot of filling.
Cheese,
and the mottled filling.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's split.
Very bready. Very, very bready, this one. A lot of bread and not a lot of
I
filling.
agree.
Again,
Yeah.
brioche style.
I will
cream
say that I do
cheese,
think it's
icing,
not brioche style,
delicious
but the bread is
strawberry
thicker
jam.
than normal. Normally,
Yeah,
the bread
Right.
is
that's
so
true.
So let's get
on
into
those
it.
sandwiches.
See what it's all about.
All right, he's going in.
Oh, immediately 2 bites.
I
Yep.
know.
The double bite.
Wow. He's poundering. Okay.
Taste the strawberry jam straight away.
Take another bite. Let us know how you really feel. He's thinking about it.
Very cold.
Very cold.
Overwhelming flavour of strawberry
Okay.
jam.
That's not so bad.
Very, very strong in strawberry jam. Now,
Jam sandwich is good, you know.
I'm not getting a lot of the cream cheese through. Filling his sparse. Filling his
Sparse.
sparse, I'd say.
Sorry,
Yeah,
look at
I
the
can
old
taste
lady
the
walking
strawberry.
behind the car.
There's an old
See
lady
her?
walking through today.
Bless
bread
her.
is very thick. The brioche style bread is very thick. It is not bad. It's quite sweet.
Interesting.
It's quite tasty, but I'd like more
More filling, he says.
for me. More
Oh,
filling.
big third bite.
Big third bite.
He's nodding. I think he's
I do
okay.
quite like it. I do quite like it. It's like the strawberries and cream one that I tried about a month ago. I didn't know how to take it because it's neither a sandwich, neither a dessert, is it? I mean, where does it sit? And if you get a meal deal, what do you get with it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
If you like sweet food, you're gonna like that. It's just very cold. Maybe wants to sort of sit out of the fridge for maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. It's very, very cold. Obviously.
I love that.
like-
That was great. I could watch that for days.
I
Oh,
know.
I love
He's
that.
really,
That was
really
wonderful.
good.
Yeah,
he's
he's
really,
great.
really good.
I like
Um,
that. I like that he said, what did he say? It was so funny. Just like, I quite like that. Like he really, like, you could see his emotional journey with the sandwich over the course
Yes.
of the video. It was beautiful.
We should have you back to do a whole education lesson on the British food reviewer guys on YouTube.
Oh my
because
God, I would love that.
We've got so many guys. You can't even imagine.
I'm
how
not
many
even aware
guys
of
we
half
have.
the guys that you've got. Yeah,
It's
that's great.
like at least 6. You know.
I appreciate that he was like, "What even would you get with this?" Exactly, and
He's
maybe
right.
nothing, maybe no
He's right, and he
sides.
should say it. Yeah, I mean,
He's just
look,
saying what we're thinking.
Yeah,
you
no.
yeah,
know?
exactly, and that's why
Speaking
we
the
like
truth,
him.
and we love
And he's
that.
not afraid to say it, you know, because
No.
it's like woke or anything.
I know.
He'll say
Well,
it.
He's saying
Exactly.
it more and more, and he's saying it very strongly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think I would try it, but I wouldn't expect it to be good, and I wouldn't like go to Tesco and think, for my lunch today I'll have the birthday. I would buy it as a sort of lark, you know, a joke.
Yes.
I wouldn't.
You
have
would buy
for
it
my
to
lunch.
do a YouTube review,
basically. And I think that is probably, you know, I think if we got the Tesco marketing documents, you know, if we did a FOIA request at Tesco, and,
yeah,
and they had to fill it because obviously the Ministry of Tesco,
the Ministry of Birthday Cake.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we would
And I mean-
see that they basically intended this for the YouTube and TikTok food review.
Exactly.
Yeah, YouTube
and people
review
really
skills.
did jump on that.
Yeah.
They were, and I mean, we're victims of this as well. I mean, here we
Oh,
are
they
talking
got
about
us.
it. But they
Damn.
didn't get us, but because we're so bad at our jobs, we're actually really late to covering it, and so they can't buy it anymore. And so, in a way, we win.
In your
Yes.
face, big Tesco
Exactly.
and big Marks and
well,
Spencer.
Mm.
Thank you very much to that one came from someone actually at Libby's Discord who just goes by eh. So thank you to
Hey, thanks, F.
thank you to eh. But if you want to send us a British thought for us to cover it in the future, the best way to do that is by shooting us an email to whatsallthispost@gmail.com.
And if you know if they Brexited, let us know. Please write it.
Let us
'Cause
know.
We're not sure what
I'm
happened
actually
there.
pretty pissed off that no one has let us know yet.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
They really
And
rip
as
it
a
off.
reminder, that's also the same email address you need to send your Mr. Bobby
Yes.
porn to for me and Libby's match eating
Yes, that's true.
tattoo.
all of the
Yes,
above.
true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Shall we talk about Posh People?
Oh,
Oh
I'd
my
love
God,
to talk about
yes.
Posh People.
It's time to talk about Posh People on the podcast. Meagan, you brought us Posh People, although specifically I think your question was, why do posh people dress like farmers?
Yeah, well,
That was what you led with.
yeah, I did. Well, here's the thing, because Libby and you and I have talked about this a lot. I feel like a lot of our relationship is literally me being like, what's all this then about something I heard about England?
Yes.
You know?
And I love
Or like,
it.
why does this chocolate taste different from
Mhm.
England and than in America? It's incredible. Big fan of the Cadbury Crunchy, by the way, if you're asking.
Yes,
So
we
I
are.
was like, so I feel like one thing we used to talk about a lot is like, and I spent days thinking about this in advance of my appearance on this podcast, is like, this is like one way where America's and England and the UK are like similar but very different, where like there's a real distinction, I think, between being rich and wealth.
100.
And like
Mhm.
the wealthy people of England, something's going on there that America can't even touch. Not even the Carnegies could understand what's all going on there with the wealthy people of England. And I
Mhm.
feel like there's this very strong British desire to not be conspicuous, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Among the wealthy, among the rich, just like American rich, there is a grand desire to engage in conspicuous consumption. But then you find like, oh, okay, but here's what I'm going to say. I feel like, I think this first came up between Libby and me because I was like, why does Boris Johnson look like that? What is going on with his
Right.
hairdo? Like, imagine an American president going out. Well, I was about to say, imagine an American president going out with a fucked up hairdo. And then I was like, oh yeah, sorry.
Megan,
But
I simply can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Prior to 2016, I think it would have been an international incident if the American president had a messed up hair. Like, I think
Yes.
that, like, there's like a level of professionalism and appearance that goes into being like the head of state in America. Yet here we have Boris Johnson, I feel like, up until 2016 anyway. And then here we have Boris Johnson, who actively and affirmatively chose to have his hairdo be like that in an
Mhm.
effort to be more of like a real guy,
Yeah.
like
Right.
a real everyman, you know? And so it just got me thinking, and I was like, I just feel like there's this level of British wealth because like the Queen would do this too, like throw on some tweed and some wellies,
Mhm.
stalk about my muddy estate with a shotgun or something and my corgis. That doesn't necessarily read as rich, and yet because a rich person is doing it, that feels like the wealthiest thing you could do or present as.
Yes.
Is like a
Right.
tweed wearing dirty person with messy hair.
Yeah.
You know, like you
Mhm.
run into the dirtiest person, the grungiest person you've ever seen, and it turns out that's the 10th
Yes.
Earl of Cheese upon Cholmondeley,
Yes.
and he hasn't worked in 1,000 years
Mhm.
because his father was Queen Victoria's consort or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
What's that about? What's going on
43rd
there?
in line for the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow
100.
everyone in England is 43rd in line for the throne. It's so strange.
Yeah. Yeah, we are, and I am too.
Yeah. Both of
I
you guys.
I have a real answer for this,
Yes.
and it's long. First of all, with Boris specifically, I
Yeah.
think that the hair is less I am like you, and actually more I am an adorable toff that comes from Eton, and I've got a
Oh.
mop of messy hair like we're
Right.
all boys. And it's
It's-
very
aren't
lovely.
I a scamp?
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
know,
I am a
okay.
buffoon, so
Mhm.
don't take me very seriously.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
However, Charlotte, if you want to share this, Nigel Farage is a great example of a guy who is very
Rotted.
posh. Dad was a banker. I mean, not posh in the
Yeah.
landed gentry way, but in the dad was a banker, he was a banker, rich guy, but whose whole political thing is pretending he cares about the working man and
Yeah.
Brexit. And
Mhm.
what we have here is a huge fucking twat in
Yes.
in what he thinks is farmer getup. So we have yellow corduroy trousers,
Yeah.
a green tweed jacket underneath a barber jacket, which is the sort of waxed green, like country
With like the
farmer jacket.
corduroy sort of collar thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He also
Mhm.
is wearing a tweed flat cap,
Oh, Jesus.
which
Yeah.
sucks so much. And then what I think of as a doctor's shirt, because this is what my stepdad, who was a doctor, wore a lot
Yeah.
of.
No, that's a good way to describe it. And
Yes,
then does he
with-
have really tall wellies?
He does have
It looks
really,
like
really
it.
tall
Okay.
wellies. yes.
or riding boots or something. Yeah, because see, this comes across as very inauthentic. Like this feels like
Yeah.
a put on. He's not really steeped in the language of the
Yes.
horrifically Britishly wealthy.
Yes.
It's like he's doing but that leads credence to my theory that is the costume of the British wealthy, and that's why he purchased all those items and put it together. It doesn't work for him
Mhm.
because he's not
Mhm.
he's cosplaying, but there's something to the outfit. I
this
think
is the second thing I was going to say is that truly posh people, like truly like descend, the 8th Earl of Fuck and all that shit, descended from King Charles II, that kind of shit. They are more likely to, as you say, be grungy and, drive a shitty car. And, maybe they live in an enormous fucking, mansion that's been in their family for 7 generations, but it's like decrepit and, they look like they might be lost everywhere, and their hair is all fucked up and their clothes have holes in them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they do that because they have been upper class their entire life, and so don't need there's that sort of old money new money thing of like needing if you're new money, or if you are like upper middle class or middle class, you need to constantly be proving how middle class you are. But and I should say very, very small subset of rich British people who are that kind of posh, like hereditarily posh, going back hundreds of years. They do act a bit different, and they are a little, I'm sure that there are maybe examples of, like you say, the Carnegies or, the Kennedys or whatever, like some fucking Rhode Island ass rich people from America who have been, rich families for long enough that maybe there's a bit of that going on, but there is still so much more conspicuous wealth. But that type of posh is dying out for sure.
Oh, I don't. Well, look, I don't want to. No, I'm like, oh, that's.
I know, but
but it's kind of sad in a way. But it's not. I mean, like, fuck rich people and etc. And like the way the way that really old money viscounts got their money in the first place is
so
the
bad.
most wildly violent way you can imagine. So it's like, fuck them. You should fuck you too.
They're all bad.
But I've been thinking about this for days because I'm like, I just feel like it's very uniquely British to kind of engage in that. But then I thought about it and I was like, I guess that's not really true. Because Jeff Bezos has a tendency to wear like puffer jackets and like there are many ways in which Jeff Bezos is deeply conspicuous about his consumption. And there are other ways where he tries to present as like a regular guy. But the thing that really got me thinking about this, and I don't know if you've seen this documentary, it's called Born Rich, and it was originally on HBO. It's from 2005. And it was directed by a Johnson & Johnson heir, like a 10th generation Johnson & Johnson heir. His last name is still Johnson, by the way. And also this is the first I ever saw Ivanka Trump. So she's like a teenager and she's in it. And she talks a lot about like growing up rich. But like it's two different types of rich. You have this Johnson & Johnson heir who I need to tell you, the funniest part of this documentary, his dad is so hereditarily rich that he's like 8th generation unemployed, basically. Like he's never had to work. Yeah. And he's so bored and he's depressed, like sad. His life has no purpose. Yes. So he just takes up cartography and gets really into maps. And it's like, I think we have enough maps. Is there like nothing else? I think there
might be some new stuff.
I think we've drawn all the stuff. Anyway, so his son Jamie makes this documentary about
his dad sucks.
I know how sad his dad is, but it really is. It's so interesting because Jamie and his dad and the members of their family, the only way you would know they were rich is if you went to their house. Like they live in this insane, enormous brownstone, like right on Central Park or something. But there's this big difference between him and his family and like the Trumps, even 20 years ago, where it's all very conspicuous. It's like gilded and gold plated. Right. But so I think there is still a little bit of that old Vanderbilty, Carnegie, Johnson & Johnson style that's kind of takes its cues from the British, but in America we just don't do it like that, Yes. We're way crazier.
Yes, and I think some of that is cultural, and some of that I think has to do with even as like America is not a new country at this point. It is several hundred years old. But some of these families in the UK are twice as old as that or longer, these are people who trace their lineage back to like the 12th century or whatever. And that's, I mean, first of all, that's fucking crazy.
Yes.
My lineage disappears at some point because no one thought to write down the name of some fucker in Yorkshire,
You're like busy doing your job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To write that down.
Oh, great. Another bricklayer. Yeah, let's write that down. Who fucking cares? Yeah. so I think there is something of that. I think it is also a little bit of a cultural thing in the UK of these truly, truly posh people. I mean, I don't know, having a little bit of, not exactly embarrassment about it, but maybe the sense to not be like, I am really rich. Why don't you kill me? You know?
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit of like, I don't know, maybe a little bit of embarrassment almost. It's like you. There is this sort of British vibe of just maintaining order. And there's something a little bit chaotic about conspicuous consumption, right? Where you're like, oh, I'm just gilded in Gucci and like fancy clothes and all that stuff. And they don't really have anything to prove either. It's like not that important.
Right.
Yes. And it's a degree to which they have not ever needed to. Because again, they're born rich. They're born in this big fucking house. And there's no threat to, unless you have someone in the family who just like gambles it all away or something, I mean, I will say though, a lot of these really big houses are insanely expensive to run because they are big and old and they need a lot of like restoration and stuff. And so I think it's certainly possible for some of these really rich old families to, like kind of run out of money if someone fucks it up a bit. Yeah. But
just repairing the like windows on your
is £1 million
on your manor.
Yeah. I actually do have a video that I found from. It's called Taste UK, I think, which sounds made up. It sounds
Taste
completely
UK.
fake. Taste UK. Taste UK. Yeah, I think we watched a video about that. It's a birthday cake sandwich. So here's a really posh guy entering his enormous mansion that I believe. And he gives a little tour of it. So
is this the stuff that's related to Tatler magazine?
Yes.
I think because that came up when I was looking into Posh People. Tatler magazine is one that it does a lot of covering of royals and people who are sort of like have those like vague descendancies and therefore are important, and also does a lot of like tours of the like English manor houses as well. And just sort of like shows off the wealth, which
some of the wealthy landowners on the Scottish border.
I just had a man interrupt you.
You just sort of like this guy in this video just like totally cut me off. That's crazy.
Just like it's just anyway. Man is talking.
I'll get to my thought in a second. Let's watch Libby's video.
Fire has connections in high places.
Look at this fucking house.
Damn.
That is a really big fucking house. It's kind of crazy how big this house is.
Adrian Palmer, Lord Palmer.
Good Lord.
Lord Palmer.
House
okay, I swear I have seen this home in an episode of Ludwig.
Manderston is a 109-room
Okay,
but
look at this fucking guy.
A descendant of the
Oh,
Humphrey and
he has a
Palmer
little
Biscuit
Vespa.
Company.
This is the rich guy.
This is the rich guy.
Between the borders.
Look at his hat.
Is that not exactly what I described?
It is.
He's got
looks
Can we pause it and just like a still of him at some point? Because I really
Oh my God, look at him.
I really want to take the time to describe this man to the people who can't see him. What is that hat? Okay, so he's got a brown puffer jacket on. He's driving his Vespa, which again, you would assume someone with lots of wealth would be like, well, I'm obviously going to buy the most expensive bike that I can.
But no.
This looks like just like a shitty little Vespa that you would just like see like teenagers' first bike sort of situation.
I own a Vespa. I can afford a Vespa.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
He looks like he is going to Tesco on he's like a sort of unfortunate man that you would see and think, I hope he's all right. Because he's on his weird bike on the way to Tesco and he's wearing a hat that's a cushion.
Can we say? I mean, he definitely has a Savers card. No, I feel like British posh people are definitely getting those discounts.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But he does also have the big riding boots on. And
the hat is
right. He's got this sort of like those markers of I'm a rich like posh person.
I bet if you got up close, the hat you would discover is made of real fur. That I feel like is
very
maybe the one giveaway.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also think it smells
like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1,000%. He's never gotten it
At
clean.
this time of the year, I love this place.
I love this place.
Absolutely love it.
Love it.
Sorry. Can we go back?
Right?
Yes, it's a kill, but it is just hanging on a chair.
It's just a kill, just hanging
on the 500-year-old.
He's got a
framing of the house. Yeah.
I do absolutely nothing all morning. But I
A
seem
giant stuffed bear? Do we think
busy doing
his
nothing.
lordship coffee mug,
Lordship
tea mug?
Oh my god.
Today I am going riding. And then I shall be at my desk.
Oh, what are you doing at your desk?
And then I shall watch my favourite television programme, The Chase, at 6 o'clock. And then I will do my mowing, which takes 2 hours.
Why are you doing your own mowing?
My mowing.
My
Well, I
mowing.
mean, he's got nothing else to do.
He's got
right?
fucking nothing else to do.
Oh, my mowing.
Married the master of the
It
Berkshire
only
Hunt
takes 2
and
hours.
moved
That's a
into
lot
the
of
cottage next door to Lord
Yeah,
Farmer.
yeah.
I will say, like, he's
Oh
doing
my
the
God,
voice
look at all
that
these dogs.
I wish I could have nailed. Okay, lots of
No,
doggies.
you did a great job with the voice.
Oh, Lord.
He's a lot of dogs.
Unfortunately, when I look at all of
9 years.
there was like 20
Well, I
dogs
was
that he has, I do
only
immediately
living
think,
here,
okay,
going
he's
to day
doing
school for
like
like a year
fox
and a half.
hunting with those.
No, 100%.
Oh,
These are
probably.
these are hunting
Right.
beagles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those hunting dogs, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Chubby,
They look
miserable,
so sad.
10-year-old
Oh,
here.
man, let him
I
out.
didn't much like the school that I went to.
I mean,
I was
them.
slightly bullied and I had to eat my lunch.
Every single
on my
animal
own.
I've ever seen at a zoo has more space than those dogs.
Yeah, that's not. I don't
Yeah,
That's not
that's
good.
nasty.
But don't get sad about the dogs.
Don't-
Remember, they're rich. Those dogs are rich.
Really rich
When I
dogs.
went to
Yeah.
boarding school, actually. I love boarding school, kind of unashamedly.
Yeah, I don't care
Very
about you, love.
opposite
I want to hear more from. Yeah, there we go.
Tonight, Sophia is staying up at the big house and dining.
Oh, don't
Okay,
call
so
it that.
I also do want to just point out the lady who's making this video for Tatler or whatever is so posh herself that her name is Sophia. Not Sophia, but Sophia.
Sophia.
So,
That's a good one.
well, so I kind of grew up behind those trees.
How much did you sort of hang around to when you were young, Sophia?
Well, quite a lot. Kind of,
thought it was for him.
right,
I mean, they
running around.
literally at the bottom of the drive.
Yeah, so yeah.
He's
Is
wearing
this
like
her
a
uncle or something?
30-year-old
Yeah.
crew neck
I always had a
sweatshirt.
big crush
Yeah.
on Hugo,
Who's Hugo?
the oldest son.
I think when it comes to, can we pause real quick? When it comes to like this kind of posh person, right? Even if they are dressing down in this way, the thing that they can never escape as a marker of their poshness, though, is the way that they talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that voice is so specific, and that when I think about like where poshness actually comes from, it's like it's not just money, right? Because you can be British and have a lot of money and not be posh,
Yes.
right? But it is that sort of like it is just that like that kind of poshness is just something you're born into and raised in, and it's just like escapable, even if you don't necessarily want to be sort of thought of as posh, which I know a lot of posh people don't for sure. But yeah, it's just that voice in particular, that the particular ways that they're hitting their vowels.
The vowels are
I
crazy.
feel mooing. I feel like
Mooing.
that accent is unique to just like 30 incredibly wealthy people, right? Like it's
Right.
not very many people in England who talk like that.
I remember talking to my mum about this once, and she had a theory that it was, and maybe this is not her theory, but someone else's theory that she repeated, but that it was to do with imitating the German accents of, because the royals for like 200 years were just German. They were just straight up fucking German. And so that the weird vowels maybe came from imitating them at the court so that they would feel, more at home. Or indeed them just being German, other rich people being German.
Yeah.
And coming over and talking like this. And you can kind of see.
Place.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. That's the other funny thing about British history is how much the royals over the years were not British, but French or German.
Yeah.
And then basically the whole aristocracy of Europe just being related. It's really
delicious.
yes, and then still fucking each other a lot, which is so cool.
Gross.
I do want to just see him talk about this bear. We have a fox here that sadly passed away. It is on the wall.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
That's my.
It's holding its muzzle.
Okay.
That was killed.
Really fucking hate the way he grabbed that
he
fox
killed
head's
it.
muzzle. God,
He's
No,
leveling it.
but he didn't kill it though. He was just around while some dogs did it. That's
Right.
That's how fox hunting works.
In the world.
Well,
Well,
Okay, he's next to a huge tank.
ugly
Yeah.
bear.
And as children, we were absolutely petrified coming in here and suddenly seeing this
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the other weird thing about being these rich guys who live in a, hereditary estate like this. You have to live in the home where you grew up
Forever?
forever. You're going
Seems
back to the
weird.
estate. Why don't
Right.
you still have the bear that you were scared of when you were 5. Just go
By the way,
live
this
somewhere else.
guy's at least 80, so he's been
He's been scared of that bear for
scared of that
75
bear
years.
for
Honey,
so long.
get rid of it. You don't have to be.
Burn her.
I'm gonna give. Yeah, exactly. Dump him. You don't have to. You don't have to be. Subject to this forever. I do also, while I'm doing this, have a video of one of the sort of iconic posh twats, Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Oh, I know about him from Taskmaster because Julian Clary sent him a letter pretending to be a child. And he was like, "Dear Jacob Rees-Mogg," because Julian Clary kind of talks like that too. I don't know what his background is.
He's got a great voice.
He's
My mum
incredible.
adored Julian
I'm
Clary.
obsessed with him, and so and then he sent it to some other person who is politically similar to Jacob Rees-Mogg. I can't remember who it is, but he's like, "Please write back." And then he did, but then they wouldn't say what he said in the letter. And I was like, oh, it must be some BBC thing. They don't want to blow up his spot or something. But I think he thought Julian Clary was a child when he responded. Sorry, but I got so excited because I was like, oh, I know him.
Yeah. No, he's a famous twat. For a long time was kind of a joke. And then when the Tories were in power for a really long time, I think he became a front bencher at some point. And there's a famous photo. Let's see if I can find it. I just wrote Job instead of Jacob. Let's go. Yes, a famous photo of him looking like a twat, lying on New York fucking Times asking me to log in, and I have to log in, but I just don't want to at this moment. Here we go. This famous photo of him taking the piss by lying down on the front bench of the House of Commons. And just what a cock.
Ugh.
Oh, what
God.
a fucking twat.
Long wanker. Fucking lanky piece of shit.
It's a lanky wanker.
Yeah.
It's giving Kermit, which is not nice Kermit, by the way. What a little shithead.
Yeah, we hate him. But here's a video of him talking, because he has a great posh accent as well. And I don't know how posh he is compared to that guy that we just saw, but he's pretty fucking posh.
Mogalog,
yeah. This is GB News, which I think is a right-wing news network in the UK. Because we have those now.
Great.
Yeah, we got those.
That's America's influence, baby.
Yeah.
As many of you know, I'm very keen on nannies. I think they're the backbone of Britain, and they've done so much to keep the nation on the straight and narrow over the decades and centuries. But I'm not keen on the nanny state. And we seem to be learning more and more about the nanny state interfering in our lives day after day. Say the government wants to ban wet wipes. Well, for heaven's sake, wet wipes are really important if you've got small children.
Okay, so I want to explain the context for why he is saying this thing about nanny.
Okay.
When he was campaigning for Parliament in the 1990s in Fife, which was the way that Parliament works in the UK is, by the way, fucking insane. And you don't just run for the place that you live, like in the US. You run to be on a list of where the MPs for the party, and then the party's like, all right, your ass is going to run here. In a lot of cases, I don't know. They sent his ass to Fife, where he was obviously never going to win. And very famously, he brought his family's nanny with him to campaign, and we have just a very, very sweet picture here of Mr. Rees-Mogg with nanny, who looks a lot like Livia Soprano.
Oh, she's so tiny.
Well, either she's so little, or he's just
he's
too
enormous.
Tall.
It's both.
Yeah,
it's both, and he's looking like a lanky streak of piss here.
Well, how relatable,
Mm-hmm.
We've all brought nanny on our campaign. For Parliament.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And
is he actually posh, or is he cosplaying as well?
No, he's posh.
Oh, okay.
He's posh. I mean, his family nanny was apparently with the family for 50 years. Or more.
Oh God!
Right, this strikes me as a guy who is actually posh, but also does want you to know that as well. Right,
he's the rare, conspicuous posh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And he very famously said of this. I need to pull up the exact quote here. He
Libby's
said,
a journalist. Here's the exact quote.
This is what he said when he was asked about the nanny. He said, I do wish you wouldn't keep going on about the nanny. If I'd had a valet, she'd think it was perfectly normal.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Why would I think that? I would think that was way weirder.
Yes.
What
and
are
I
you
think
saying?
even if he was doing a sort of joke with that, I want him to
Fall down
and
a well.
I'm pressing the button as if I have a button on my Stream Deck that would censor what I was saying. But
Right.
I want him to beep, 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 as violently as possible.
Can we talk about Nigel Farage again?
Oh, yeah, and I've got the video.
Okay, I would just like to say something about him. I only know of him because your beautiful mom, Sue, told me all about him, and she was like, he fucking sucks. And I feel like she visited you in DC and we all went to dinner. She's like, you know who sucks? Ass. Yeah. And I was like, who? So that's really the only reason I know who Nigel Farage is. And I know he's a big fan of Brexit. And some weird thing happened with him where he was like, I hate Croatian immigrants. And then when Jokovic got banned from going to Australia because he wouldn't get vaccinated, Farage was like, he's my best friend. And I've loved him my whole life. And this is a government overreach at its finest. I'll leave my best friend Jokovic alone. Anyway, so I used to work. That's really the only reason why I know him. So I used to work pre-COVID. I worked in an office building that shared our organization shared the building with some sort of recording studio where people would come and record like radio hits, or sometimes I think they would do press hits from this studio. So sometimes weirdly famous people would come, like sometimes like Hillary Clinton would be there to do her. I don't even know what she was doing. Who knows what Hillary Clinton was doing? Anyway, so like
Probably a really good podcast, actually.
I know.
It's probably something like this, actually.
We're launching it on our podcast network. What was going on there with Hillary? Weigh in. Anyway, so like weird, like political people would come and like promote their book on the radio, and they would come to this recording studio. So one day I leave to go to lunch. I'm sure I was going to like Sweet Green.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Ooh,
So
Panera bread, maybe?
Panera bread to
Chopped.
get some brochette and a little sourdough bowl.
Yes.
So good.
Delicious.
Anyway, so I walk out and I'm like, oh, no fucking way. Is that couldn't be Nigel Farage. Certainly can't be Nigel Farage in America in front of me.
Why would he be there?
Why would he be there? So he must have been in that recording studio because I think at the time, this was 2019, so I think he was mad about immigrants probably. I don't know.
Good guess.
It's a pretty safe
I
bet.
think I think that he was you know what I think it was? I think because he was telling everyone he was a big winner for the Brexit stuff, that they were having him come over ahead of 2020 to be like, here's Nigel's take on how to ruin the United States as well. And so I think that's why he was there. And part of it was hating immigrants because it's fun for him. Anyway, so I walk out and I'm like, no fucking way. So I get my phone out. And I'd always wondered what I'd do in a situation like this. If I saw a political enemy, would I react the way I really want to, which is to pop off, or if I would be scared? So I was really happy that my first instinct was, hang on 1 second. And I popped out my phone and I was like, I can't wait to do this and send this to Libby and then make sure Libby sends it to her mom, because really this is for Sue. So I got my phone out and I yelled in his stupid face. I said, I don't know if you want to, I sent Libby the video.
Charlotte, I have the video.
I would love to watch this video. I'm so excited.
Good job, Nigel. Fucking fascist.
Let's go.
It's so funny. I know it's me that did it, but it's so funny. It's like my proudest moment, because at first he really is so excited. He thinks that I'm excited to see him. He's like, oh, hello.
God.
Oh, hello. Oh, a fan. And then I'm like, eat shit, fucker. And then he's like, oh, no. I think he was devastated because, like, why would anyone in America even know, not only know who he is, but know enough to know he's a piece of shit.
Right.
And like, that's the only interaction with an American he got that day. Beautiful.
That's so nice. And I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you for doing exactly the right thing, which is just to hit him with the, I'm going to raise your hopes and then shut this bitch down. To me, if I was in that situation, that is exactly what I would want to do. So huge props.
You want to give him the emotional roller coaster, really pull the rug out in a way that's the most painful possible way. It felt great.
Are we accidentally doing, is this Posh People or is this Twats?
Oh, maybe it's the same.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's true. Oh, look, Charlotte, there were when I was doing research for this episode, there was a sort of fractal effect of branching different episodes that I saw.
Right.
We've got nobility, we've got House of Lords. I found out about the branch of the government that issues coats of arms for which you have to pay.
Whoa.
You have to pay like £10,000 to get a coat of arms, and it's been the same like body for like 900 years.
Wow.
Or less than that, 700 or something. I do want to just quickly pull up while we're talking about Nigel. This
Nigel.
wonderful image of when someone threw a milkshake at him.
Oh,
I mean, this one in particular is art.
beautiful. It's
got-
so beautiful.
Yeah, so we've got Nigel on the right. He's looking forlorn. He is absolutely covered in some cummy-looking milkshake. He has been absolutely painted by this shit. Then we got his very scary-looking bodyguard on the left here who looks like he has killed before.
Yeah.
And then just a bunch of other scary-looking twats in the background. A lot of other men who certainly work for the Reform Party, which I think is
it's so good. Can I show? Because there's
yes.
This is the after, and I do also need to show the before too, because it is one of the greatest images I think ever captured.
Oh, God bless her.
What a queen!
If you're not on the video tier, then obviously subscribe to it. But if not, just look up Nigel Farage milkshake because there's sort of like
hit twice.
the
different
moon shape.
No, this is the same milkshake.
Oh,
This is the same milkshake. It is a McDonald's milkshake as well, right?
Nice.
Banana, I think too.
Oh,
which
gross.
is
Love that.
such a good choice.
Yeah.
For gonna send that sucker flying.
I hope she's doing well. She looks
me
amazing.
too.
Would
She
you
looks
like the
so
update?
happy. I would.
She was sentenced in December 2024, which was 6 months after it happened. She was handed down a suspended prison sentence and a 13-week jail sentence suspended for 12 months. So that means she has to go to prison for 13 weeks, I think, which
Worth it.
is insane. And I hope that there is some sort of appeal that she can do in the intervening 12 months in which that goes away.
It's very stupid that any of that happened because I bet that was the best day of her life. I bet that felt amazing.
Oh, there's more. She must also pay the MP £150 in compensation. Presumably that means his suit was £150, which frankly isn't even
That's
that much
not that
money for a
expensive.
suit.
Yeah.
She must also complete 120 hours of unpaid work, which what is
Is
that?
that not just volunteering? Why don't they just say that?
Yeah, exactly. I hope it is. I hope it's not like, all right, you got to go to Tesco for 120 hours.
You got to restock all the birthday cakes.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
just go to
yeah.
your normal job and they just are not going to pay you for it.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking weird as hell. And she must also pay £450 in court costs. So, definitely could be worse.
Free her.
But
Free
she
her.
must be freed. Also, can I say just how fucking cool she looks in this photo?
She looks amazing.
Not only in that original photo, but her leaving the court here. Babe.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
I know.
Hell yeah. Does
Look
she
at
have
those
a GoFundMe?
sunglasses.
I would like to contribute. I mean, I know this is years ago now, but I'd like to contribute to her GoFundMe. I love her.
She's still on the suspended prison sentence.
She
at
looks
this
like a
point.
supermodel. She's
Yeah.
got big old glasses on. She looks great. Looks amazing.
Victoria
Can I just say, like,
Thomas
look, I know on top of everything else, I don't need a visit to my home by the Secret Service, but I will just say this. Sticking it to your enemy is the best feeling you will ever feel. Don't be afraid. I'm not saying to hurt anyone, but I'm just saying if you want to scream a little swear, it feels great. I've been dining on that Nigel Farage situation for 5 years now. It was incredible. 6 years, actually.
I would too.
She's an OnlyFans model.
Oh,
well, there you go.
Okay.
So you can just go and subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Great.
I sold.
And sold,
Absolutely.
I was thinking about this recently with the federal occupation of DC, and thinking about how if I lived there again, it would be so psychically damaging to me to know that those guys were standing around all the time and that I am not brave enough to be the guy who threw a sandwich at them. And
I love him.
And to want to scream at them, get out of my fucking city, but also be justifiably afraid of them killing me or deporting me somehow.
They do want to do retroactive like citizenship removals, like they have said that, and they claim that it's
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, they've been. they say, oh, it's just for the worst of the worst. We've done it in the past with Nazis, and I was like, I don't know. You let that one Nazi be like a Disney scientist, so I'm not. I don't think that's right.
Let one Nazi be the fucking president.
Yes, so I don't know, but yeah, I get what you mean. But also, but also that guy in particular, like they didn't harm him physically, but he lost his job, and then. What's really funny about all this increase in arrests is one, they have the National Guard doing like patrol work. The National Guard is not trained.
No.
I mean, like the actual police are not good at on the street patrol work, and they theoretically have been trained.
Yes.
And now you have the National Guard just kind of out being like, okay, I guess I'll stop and frisk people. Like, I don't know what to do. So they're even worse at it than the regular cops.
Yeah.
Like the funny thing is like, there was a guy, this is in a Washingtonian article. This guy got stopped and they discovered that he had 2 handguns on him at the Trader Joe's on 14th Street. So he was arrested. They had to dismiss the case because it was an illegal search and seizure. I was like, now, in fact, the judge was like, this is the most illegal search and seizure I have ever seen in my life. And that is a quote from the judge.
Wow.
So what's funny is that it's like, and like most of the people getting arrested have done basically nothing.
Yeah.
So already like, DC residents who are kind of on grand juries or are expected to sit on the juries, like petite juries, are like, oh, why would I vote to indict this person over a sandwich? Like, this is stupid. So originally the sandwich guy had all of his charges dismissed because nobody in DC wants to indict this man over something so stupid. And also, we love him. That's our king. That's our baby boy,
That's right.
So what happened instead was they judged Janine, who is our district attorney now.
Wait, is that true?
It's true. Yeah, just wanted to share.
I used to watch her at Media Matters.
Just to close the loop on the Media Matters media monitoring. That lady is our local DA. So, because DC does not have a local DA, we have a U.S. attorney, and that person is a federally appointed person, and that person is Judge Janine. And so she decided to charge him with a bunch of federal crimes, okay, because it's like an assault on a federal officer or whatever.
Yeah.
So he finds this out, and he and his lawyer are like, okay, well, when can I turn myself in? And he never responded, so that they could instead do like a nighttime raid with a tactical team at his apartment in Foggy Bottom, record it on like a high definition camera, and then post it on X so they can be like, keeping the nation's capital safe from
sandwich guy,
this, like the slender sandwich throwing gentleman.
Barely even threw it, by the way.
He
was like
pushed it onto his chest. So, and they're not even sure that the federal charges will stick because for federal felony charges, you need a grand jury to indict. And it's like, what grand jury is going to indict this man over this shit? So then they might have to charge him with a misdemeanor, which you don't need a grand jury for. Sorry, that's really boring. But here's the thing. It's just like that response to this incident of civil disobedience is so outsized. I can see why even yelling a swear would be scary. But here's what I will say. It feels amazing. If you have the opportunity, you must take it. Try to be sneaky. After you do it, don't run, because we're going to be looking for someone who's running. Just walk away gently. Call him an asshole, just like that guy did after Hurricane Katrina to Dick Cheney. Do that and just saunter off. They'll never catch you. It's fine.
Just like I do think that some British stuff would work here as well. Like, it's easier to pull off if you have the British accent, but the thought of like having to squeeze past a Marine on the sidewalk and just saying twat would be so
beautiful.
That is a good one.
It would be so nice.
Beautiful.
I know myself well enough to not even try, because I know that the moment I try, it will be like twat. I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to get it out right.
Yeah.
You actually.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I saw Stephen Miller once at a bus stop in DC, and, by the time I realized it was him, I was past him, and so would have had to turn around, but I wish I could go back in time and say twat. But, I know myself, like Charlotte does.
I did see him walking past Convivial, a fancy restaurant in DC, the first time around, and I was in the middle of dinner with my friend, but I was like, should I just run out there real quick? Like, I don't want to miss the opportunity, and I haven't seen him since, which is too bad. But
well, I'm sure he's skulking around somewhere. Charlotte, should we rank Posh People?
I guess we should rank posh people. Here's the thing. I know we will need to do more episodes about this because I feel like we've talked about posh rich twats, right? Specifically.
Yeah.
But we also have like a whole world to
We
go
didn't even
into
talk
of
about
like are we
yeah.
posh? What
Yeah.
is like how, because like it's very easy to look at people who you believe are posh who don't think that they are posh themselves. I think we've both gotten the accusation of being posh, even though that's not something we really think we are. But we have like the because it's like it's a whole list of like signifiers of like whether or not someone is posh, and it's like poshness like exists inside of people's like minds in so many different ways in the UK, and it's such a confusing thing.
It is confusing. I think the name thing is really legit. I think like private schooling seems like one of the top markers. Like I was watching Welcome to Wrexham, sorry. And like the guy that got Rob McElhenney into soccer/football is this I forget even what his name is, like Hubert or something.
Sure.
And he's like really tall. He just seems like a sort of affable random British man. And then it's revealed in like the 3rd season that he went to Eton with Prince William.
Oh my God.
And I was like, now why was Humphrey? Hello.
Yeah.
Like, it was like that to me, it was like the most beautiful instance of hiding your posh bona fides.
Yes.
Because I was like, you can't go to Eton with fucking Prince William and Prince Harry and then be like, I'm just a writer in California for Mythic Quest on Apple TV. Don't worry about me.
Yes, absolutely. Here's what I think we should do, Charlotte. Let's retroactively make this Posh People brackets upper class. And we will do an episode Posh People brackets middle class. Because in the UK, middle class means posh. But not the kind of posh we've been talking about. It means a whole different type of posh. And so we'll do a whole episode about that with, I don't know, someone who feels comfortable enough to tell us whether we're posh or not. Because we
and I mean, I will say I'm very happy that we've talked around it, but we haven't gotten quite to it.
I think you need a fellow British person to weigh in to like pass judgment, render your judgment.
That's true. Yeah, let's wait till we have our first like proper Brit who lives in Britain on the pod.
Okay.
And then they can tell us whether we're posh or not. And let's make sure it's someone who it won't break our hearts to hear.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, you need a trusted
It's someone who's good at delivering the posh compliment sandwich or whatever. Because I will need that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, let's rank posh people brackets upper class on our British supermarket themed tier list ranking system, with S being Waitrose tier, which is where the posh people shop, obviously. A being Marks and Spencer, B being Sainsbury's, C is Tesco, D is Morrison's, E is Asda, and F is Iceland.
Is that the order of poshness?
Yes.
These places? Okay.
It is actually also the order of poshness of all of those.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the order of poshness. Okay, got it.
Pretty much exactly, yeah.
Great.
God, I honestly don't really know what to do here. Libby,
I don't know either,
idea?
because we've spent a lot of time talking about how they are sort of charming in a way that posh people brackets middle class aren't. And I know that when we do posh people brackets middle class, it'll be a slam dunk Iceland, you know? Awful.
Yeah.
Just the worst. But, you know, and clearly, obviously, you know, tax the rich, strip their money, take their houses, put them in the bin, make them work at Tesco, all of that. So I used to say that about the Queen. It was an early example of my astute political commentaries. Say she should work at fucking Tesco if she wants the money from us.
Does one have their club card?
Charlotte, yes.
Which crisps for your meal deal? Terrible accent. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you fucking got it. You got it.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good. And so I feel like I will be yelled at if I don't put them in Iceland, but also because I want to put middle class people in Iceland eventually, and I do kind of, there's something sort of, I don't know, not as bad to me about that fucking old guy in his castle with the big bear who's just like a weird like relic. So I'm gonna put them in Morrison's.
Morrison's, okay. Yeah.
Don't be mad at me.
I do feel like it's bad that sort of like, yeah, like we've been saying, the hereditary sort of money poshness exists, you know, because of where it came from.
Yes.
But it is one of those things where it's like, I would ideally want people in that situation to make sort of more active choices to figure out how to dismantle that.
Totally.
But also, it's like this is the world you have been born into, and I still can't I can't completely fault someone for being in a situation where you wake up and you never have to work and you just have tons of money. Ultimately, you know. But it does suck. I think I'm gonna go a step lower and pop them in Asda personally.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Oh, you wanted to put them in Asda?
Yeah.
Not in Morrison?
I got my supermarkets backwards.
Oh wow.
Okay. No, that's okay. No, well, okay, so that's two for Asda.
2 for Asda.
All right, great. Megan, where do you want to pop them in? Feel free to ask any questions about any of the UK supermarkets if you need any advice.
I'm trying to think like what might be the American equivalent, like what's the posh ranking of supermarkets in America? And I guess it's like
so
Whole
difficult.
Foods, Wegmans, Safeway Giant, maybe Tide.
Yeah.
And then like Trader Joe's and Aldi kind of bringing up the rear. I think I'm just sorry. Is that? I mean, they're not posh.
I would definitely
fancy.
Trader Joe's. I feel like because it is sort of expensive and fancy.
No, Trader Joe's.
No,
okay, Trader Joe's is very affordable, but it has culturally it is bougie. You know, it has.
That's true. That's true. I guess.
Yeah,
if we're going by like cultural, then like I think like Trader Joe's is a little bit higher.
It's cheaper than fucking Albertsons,
cheaper than
which
like
smells like shit.
Yeah, but it's cheaper than like and it's owned by the same company that owns Aldi's, which is also like a budget grocery store. I'm wondering where should I put Posh People in the rankings of supermarkets?
And feel free to use the tier list letters.
Yeah, you could just use
we'll just translate it. You know, S through F.
I mean, I guess I agree with you guys. They should be doing more. I mean, like you could fit 1,000 people in that house. You could solve the housing crisis.
Yes.
With just opening up one manor to the public. So yeah, I'll agree with you. We'll say Asda.
Because at least they're funny.
3 for
is
Asda.
the thing.
Yeah. So I guess what would be the American equivalent of Asda? Is that Aldi?
We've never done this on the show. We've never really talked about what the American, and I think that's partly because it is hard to map some of these onto American.
Because we do have Aldi as well in the UK too.
Oh, you do?
Aldi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that German? I think it's German. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's as perfect a ranking as we could have done. Would you like to play my little game?
Yes.
Play a little game. Well, I should say as a Walmart, same company, so you could only.
Yeah, but it's not right. It's not right. Asda and Walmart are not. Tesco is Walmart.
Tesco is Walmart in your mind?
To me, we talked about this on the Tesco episode. Tesco and Walmart are equivalent in terms of the vibe and feeling you get in there, and footprint and stuff. Like Walmart everywhere, Tesco everywhere. It's the main one, you know.
Yes.
Whatever. I guess I'll kill myself.
Game time.
This game is called Posh or Tosh.
Oh.
And what I've done is got some names of posh British people, and you have to tell me if they are real posh.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
Or fake
real
tosh.
Okay, real and posh.
Real and posh, or fake and tosh.
Fake and tosh.
Okay. Oh my god, this is going to be great because I'm not going to get any of them.
Great game name. Also, look at Libby. You have to be on the video, but look at Libby's graphic design.
Oh
here. Look
my
at this.
god!
Hello, my name is little name tag against some nice wallpaper.
Not Roger
or some such.
Boodle Wilbraham, 7th Baron of Skelmersdale.
That's right, Megan. Is this posh or tosh? Roger Bootle Wilbraham, 7th Baron Skelmersdale.
I knew this game was going to rock.
Wow.
Impossible to know just on the name alone whether or not it's posh or tosh. You know what I mean? I just have to go on instinct.
Yes.
So I'm sure, because you can't just sit here and be like, "There's no way that's a name," because that's all British names. All British names are no way that's a name, and all British towns are no way that's the name of your town. But it is.
To give you some context for this, when I came up with posh or tosh before I came up with what the concept was. I had no idea how insane these names. I thought the names were going to be crazy. You
so
are not going to
excited.
believe some of these ones.
Okay, so here right away I'm thinking, and I don't want to drag this out, but I'm having such fun.
That's all I care about.
Right away, I'm feeling like Skelmersdale feels like more of an American name, and it feels like a red
Dale,
herring.
yeah.
The Dale is giving like
Dale, an
Arizona,
American guy.
Skelmersdale.
Or we're in Sunnydale
And
or
yet
Skelmersdale.
Yeah, and yet that feels like a little red herring. I'm gonna say Roger Boodle Wilbraham is posh and real.
That's right. Mhm.
Ah!
No, I didn't mean to say that's right. I meant
No, that's fine. I just won't play the game because clearly this is just a game for Megan.
Which do you think it is?
Which do I think it is?
Oh, we should deliberate.
Do you think it's Posh or Tosh? No, I fucked up, and when I said that's right, what I meant to do was say your logic is sound.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I
go
didn't
on.
mean to say that's right. And Charlotte gets to
Okay.
go now. And Charlotte, why don't
please.
you say whether
Now
it's real or
We'll
fake?
Charlotte's turn.
We'll
I'm gonna have
deliberate
a-
for the next one. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
No, you
I'm
guys
gonna have
do.
a little
You guys
thing.
give your own answers. That's fine. I just fucked up.
No, it's I'm gonna go ahead and say I think this one, despite everything, I think it might be real.
Yeah, this was real, actually.
Oh wow! I can't believe I got that one right as well.
Okay,
Crazy.
Charlotte's gonna go first on this next one.
Okay, I'm
because-
so sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
No,
no,
that's
you
fine,
didn't
it's
fuck
fine.
up. I did.
Oh, come on.
Nigel Frederick Arndale Charberry, 9th Baron Ilmington.
Nigel Frederick Arndale Charberry, 9th Baron Ilmington. Okay, Ilmington does sound more like a real British
Mhm.
place name. Man, knowing that these are like even crazier than you thought though, and knowing sort of like this is one of those like Libby making up fake ones, like I know you're going to be really good at this as well.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like at a certain point when
I'm
you've just
posh.
because of how posh you are, but it's just like you get enough exposure to people like this that you can just make these up and it's just fine. You know?
I
It just
honestly-
rolls off the tongue.
I could do this all day. I could make
Yeah.
up posh people names all day.
I'm gonna say this one feels similar enough to the last one that I feel like you might have used the last one as inspiration to make it. I'm going meta on this one, but how I would make the game. So I think this one's Tosh.
Okay, Megan?
I'm going to agree, although there is something nagging at me about it. But I had that exact same thought, Charlotte, that it feels like the Dale-ness of it is giving a little bit of the last guy. I'm going to say Nigel Frederick Arndale Charberry, 9th Baron of Illington, is Tosh and not real as well.
You guys are right. That one was Tosh.
Wow.
Oh,
But it is really
exciting.
good.
It's
It was
so
really
good.
good. And we did really have to sort of dig into the
There truly
that.
was something really bugging me. It felt very real.
I think Arndale, Charberry, and Ilmington are all three real places. Ilmington for sure is real. We used to go to a restaurant in a place called Ilmington. I just pulled that from the real world.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Cressida Sylvia Bartley Pettit, 8th Duchess of Frome.
Oh, God, Cressida. You know, I know Prince Harry had a girlfriend named Cressida, and her last name was Bonus, so I'll never forget. Cressy Bonus.
Cressy Bonus.
So
Oh,
I'll
is he
never
shagging
forget.
Cressy Bonus?
He's shagging Cressy Bonus. That's what they're saying at the club. Cressida Sylvia Bartley Pettit, 8th Duchess of Frome. Oh, God. It's just like the last one where truly it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
because it made me think of Cressy Bonus, my queen, my tabloid queen of the early 2000s. Does that make it more or less likely that she's Tosh or Posh? You know what I mean? Because the name had to come from somebody, just don't make up the name Cressida.
No,
Okay.
I can tell you Cressida is a real name
It's
because
a
there's also
full-ass real
isn't there
name.
there's a governmental Cressida as well.
Cressy Bonus. I'm going to say Cressida Sylvia Bartley Pettit, 8th Duchess of Frome, is Tosh, not real.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going posh on this one.
Okay.
I do think this one
I could
is
see
real.
it. Honestly, I could see it.
This one is fake. I made this up.
Wow, great job, Libby.
Thank you. And I did Frome for you because it's near Bath.
I love Frome.
It felt real to me. I was like,
Yeah.
I know that.
Frome. I know Frome. And
I want to
it's
thank Cressy Bonus for navigating me out of that one.
Cressy
Thank
Bonus.
you.
Yeah, Cressy Bonus is our shining star. James Patrick Montague Burgoyne Winthrop Stopford, 9th Earl of Courtown.
Court Town?
Court Town, you say?
Court Town.
Court Town. Okay.
Court Town.
Montague, Burgoyne, Winfrey. Man, this is crazy. It's actually honestly really throwing me, even though it makes sense that all of these are like the 8th and 9th and 7th of whatever, but it is throwing me that they all do still have numbers in their names.
Yes, I will say I did specifically look at lists of nobles for this.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I don't know what the fucking numbers mean.
Okay. Well,
No
this one
idea.
means the 9th Earl of Courtown, of course. That one.
He's only the 9th Earl?
Only the 9th Earl
That
of
doesn't
Courtown.
sound right.
That doesn't sound right.
Courtown does sound like a really like funny little children's TV show land where they have they have like puppets doing courtroom drama. Going to Courtown. I think this one. I want to say Tosh on this one.
My immediate reaction to how ridiculous this name is gotta be real. Gotta be Posh. It's such a stupid name. This has to be a real guy.
Okay. This one is real.
Oh!
Wow, Meagan, you ran away with it.
This is the best day of my life. I'm so happy.
You've never heard of old Jimmy Patrick Montague Wilthram?
This reminds me, I don't know if you guys know this, but Pete Buttigieg's full name is Peter Paul Montgomery Buttigieg.
Okay,
Just
this is
wanted
my
to throw that
favorite
out
thing
there.
is when rich people have secret names.
Yeah.
Famously, Boris Johnson's real name is Alexander de Pfeffel Johnson. Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson.
Oh, good God.
Pfeffel.
De Pfeffel.
De Pfeffel. That's great.
Prentice Jonathan David Chapley, Earl of Blandford.
Blandford is crazy, man. Blandford is crazy. I feel like I should have seen this like place name come up on your stream at some point, but I don't.
Almost certainly these places
I don't
all
recognize
have,
it,
yeah.
but it does.
There's
Anyway, I
like
think it's your turn,
40,000.
Meagan.
Just so you know, there's 40,000 like entries in my place name list. So we have a lot of places.
Amazing.
Right.
You know, I love this
Mhm.
more than life itself. And if I were gonna have kids, I would name that regardless of what they're assigned at birth. Prentice Jonathan David Chapley, Earl of Blandford is what I would name it now. Excuse me, Blandford. Blandford is so
Blandford?
funny. And while I do believe Blandford is a real place, and I believe that there are men running around England named Prentice,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this is Tosh.
Charlotte? Posh or Tosh?
Okay. I want to actually, unfortunately, I am competitive and I would like to try and pull back, but the only way I can do that is simply just doing the opposite of you and hoping that you're wrong. That's all I have right now. So I'm doing whatever the opposite is.
So you're saying Posh.
I'm saying Posh.
This one is fake.
Oh, did I say
I
what I
got no
said?
shot.
Oh,
Yes,
I
that's
did
what
say
you
Tosh.
said.
Okay.
Yes, you said Tosh.
Yeah, you
yes.
got it.
Blandford. Well, it was the
Blandford.
David. It was the David in the third position that I was like, I don't know. I don't think they'd put David that deep.
David too normal to be that deep.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
true. It's true. But then the
Yeah.
last one was, Patrick was, I guess it was Burgoyne Winthrop.
Burgoyne.
It was Burgoyne. Sorry, I'm completely wrong. Blandford is real. However, Blandford in Massachusetts is just called Blandford. But Blandford in England is Blandford Forum.
Blandford Forum.
Yes.
Why?
Wow.
I
Why
don't.
did you
I
do
would
that?
have to assume because of the Romans, because they had forum.
Right.
They're always showing up as time team as taught us.
That's right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Jasset David Cody Ormsbury Gore, 7th Baron of Harlech.
That's right, Charlotte. It's Jasset David Cody Ormsby Gore, 7th Baron Harlech.
Oh boy. And you
Charlotte-
got David second
Ooh.
position, so
Yeah, David's right in there.
Ormsby Gore.
Ormsby Gore.
7th Baron of Harlech. I think this
Ormsby
one is.
Gore.
I think this is Posh.
Okay.
Jasset.
Yeah, I mean,
have you
I-
met my friend Jasset?
I agree. Jasset David. It's the Ormsby Gore is speaking something to me. I'm gonna say this is Posh and real.
This one is Posh.
Oh,
Nice.
I
satisfying.
could never come up with Jasset.
Jasset
Jasset.
it's really something.
Yeah, it is. It is fucking crazy. It's
Jake
fucking crazy.
Hog.
Okay, what the? No.
We got to
Okay.
check now. Lady Margarita, by the way, great name for a song. Lady
Yeah.
Margarita Elizabeth Rose Elaine Armstrong Jones.
double barrel last name.
That's right.
Not the 9th lady of something.
She's not
Just-
the
I don't think
Marchioness.
ladies get to be 9th in this way. I think it's only
No.
blokes because of the
Right.
hereditariness of being
Yeah.
a bloke or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, look. Oh, go ahead.
No, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, Megan, you
If
can go
I'm-
first.
If I'm
Look-
remembering correctly.
You know what this is reminding me of? Because I think Armstrong Jones is a real posh person's last name, and I want to say her first name is like Petroleum or something, and everyone calls her like Pelty
Okay,
Armstrong Jones.
I
Do you know who I'm
remem-
talking about?
Yes, I do remember this, and I wish I could remember her fucking name because it was absolutely insane.
It was really crazy. So while I do believe there is a family of Armstrong Joneses, I don't think Lady Margarita Elizabeth Elaine is one of them. So I'm going to say that Lady Margarita Elizabeth Rose Elaine Armstrong Jones is Tosh.
Okay.
I think this is posh because I don't think
Mhm.
if I was making this game, I don't think I could start with Lady Margarita. I think that would
It's
be.
really
I would not have the confidence to start with Lady Margarita. And if this is Tosh, then Libby is a genius.
It's really good.
I wish I was a genius, but this one is posh.
Oh,
Yeah,
my first L.
You
Devastating.
Your first.
I know how it
Devastating.
feels to be like me.
To be a loser.
Lady
on this
Margarita
side-
Elizabeth Rose Elaine Armstrong Jones.
Armstrong Jones, by the way, you might be right about Petroleum or whatever her fucking name was, but isn't Armstrong Jones also a comedian? Armstrong Jones is. Am I thinking of?
It's so familiar.
What's that guy's name? You know the comedy duo that ends in Armstrong.
Oh, you know who I'm thinking of is Princess Anne's ex, Anthony Armstrong Jones.
Yes,
That's who I'm thinking
that's
of.
this. This is his granddaughter or something.
Oh.
Hence
I think I
Margarita.
saw her little baby ass at the royal wedding. Oh, I wish I'd remembered that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's okay.
yeah. I really
Armstrong
wanted
and Miller.
Armstrong and Miller. That's right. Maybe that's
That's
why
right.
I'm thinking of it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do Big Suze from Peep Show because that actress is legitimately posh, and I did see her at the Will's and Kate's wedding, which I was at UCLA at the time, and so as a joke, we sort of stayed up late to watch it, and I was like, "That's fucking Big Suze," because she is actually that posh. But she didn't have enough names, so
Gotcha.
Is her first name Lady, or is that her title?
that's her title.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to clear that up. Thank you.
Okay, so I think just to close this loop, Alexander Armstrong, I think, is related to those families, maybe because he is descended from a landowning family,
Okay.
William Armstrong. Anyway, whatever. Let's keep
Thank
going.
you.
Peregrine
Oh.
Andrew Morney Cavendish, 12th Duke of Devonshire.
Oh, Peregrine, Andrew, Morney. I think, oh God, I can't do this anymore. I can't think about these people anymore. I want you to be called Andrew just Devon and nothing else.
Yes,
That's
Andrew
all I
Devon.
want. Andrew
Mhm.
Devon. Hi, I'm Andrew Devon. I can't pass the truth anymore.
That's why this game
Is
is
where
so
I'm at.
devilish.
I love this game.
Peregrine, and I'm gonna say posh. I think it's all of these people, even the ones you made up. I think they're actually real somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I should have Googled to make sure that they
I
weren't
think
real.
this game is a farce. I think this is posh also, and I think this is Sophie Turner's boyfriend. That's what I think.
Oh my
So-
god, I didn't even check. This one is real. And now I'm
Okay,
going to
this
do
one's
Peregrine Andrew Morney Cavendish, 12th Duke of Devonshire. And now, how would I find out if that was Sophie Turner's boyfriend? No, it's not. Unless
it's
he
not?
has a son. But he was born in 1944 and is married to Amanda Carmen Hayward Lonsdale, daughter of Commander Edward Gavin Hayward Lonsdale.
Okay.
Of course.
But maybe related.
For the record, I just want to say that
Mhm.
Sophie Turner did date a man named Peregrine, which is why I thought this.
Peregrine Pearson.
Peregrine Pearson. So it's not like his full name is Peregrine Anthony Simon Pearson. So I think
is-
we all know where he lands.
Peregrine John Dickinson Pearson is a British aristocrat and heir of Michael Pearson, 4th Viscount
God.
Cowdray. So,
Good God.
yes, he
Good
is also
Lord.
posh. There are so many secret fucking posh people
I
in,
hate it.
in British media and shit. It's absolutely crazy. All right, last one. Gilbert, Timothy, George, Larriston, Elliot Murray, Kiddenmound, the Earl of Minto. God, I almost got through it without laughing at Minto.
I believe there's 2 Y's in Kiddenmound.
I relate so strongly with what you just said, Charlotte. I can no longer identify friend from foe. I can no longer see the truth through all the lies. Gilbert, this one is one of those ones that is so stupid and so insane that it's giving real because it's so goddamn dumb. You know what? This is some shit that British people would do. It's kind of how I feel about this name: Gilbert, Timothy, George, Larriston, Elliot Murray, Kiddenmound, the Earl of Minto.
Let's count these names. We've got Gilbert 1, Timothy 2, George 3, Larriston 4, Elliot Murray, Kiddenmound. That's all hyphenated as the last name.
Yeah, just the last 3 being hyphenated is giving.
Whose turn is it to
It's
guess?
Megan's turn. You gotta pick Posh or Tosh.
You gotta pick. Okay.
I hate this so much, but I'm gonna say Posh parentheses real.
Okay.
I think I have to. I can't remember the scores, but I'm just going to say Tosh, just because I want to say.
You cannot. I'll tell you, you cannot win.
I cannot win.
This is the last
for
one,
honor,
and I cannot win.
You're behind by 2.
Well, in that case, I just have to see if I can get it right. I think this is Posh.
There's no way that I ever would have come up with Kiddenmound.
That was the tell.
That doesn't even.
Kiddenmound is the tell, and the fact that the it's a triple barrel last name.
Yeah. The double hyphenate. Honestly, the double hyphenate kind of cut both ways for me because I was like, that. If you're making up a joke name, you're like, how many hyphens can I add? That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, Kiddenmound. Right. It's got to be real.
You know what's insane is that Gilbert Elliot Murray Kiddenmound, the first Earl of Minto, was born in 1751. So these motherfuckers have been called Elliot Murray Kiddenmound since before America.
Oh, God.
Wow.
What a bunch of losers.
What a bunch of losers.
Jesus. Get a grip.
That's 2 whole divorces, I think.
Yeah. Minto, by the way, is in, there's Minto in Canada, in Ottawa. But there is also, I believe, Minto in Scotland, and that's where they're Earl of.
I see.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
What a great game.
Megan is the winner. Congrats. You are Posh.
Well done.
Because you know what Posh People am. And
I only missed 1? Or did I miss 2?
I think you missed 2, according to my scorekeeping.
I feel great about that.
And your prize is the Earldom of Minto.
Thank you. Oh my God. I was hoping to get one of the better earldoms.
You can probably trade up, you know?
I think so. I'm trying to get, everyone wants sandwich. So I'm going to
Everybody wants sandwich.
Everybody's vying for sandwich.
But
so
not birthday cake sandwich.
I know.
Not birthday cake sandwich. Megan, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
What do you want to plug?
Oh, listen to my podcast. If you are like me, a woman who is a care lord of the most sensitive variety, you will love my podcast, Text Me Back Podcast, that I host with my best friend, Lindy West, the best-selling author and the funniest person that I know. So you should check it out everywhere you get your podcasts. And if you're like, oh, I wish I could support more independent podcasts.
Yes,
is there more independent podcasts I could support? Yes, there is. It's called Text Me Back Podcast. Patreon.com/TextMeBackPod, which also is our Instagram handle. Even though Instagram is evil, we're still on there at Text Me Back.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
There's only so much I can keep track of.
Yeah.
You gotta be on Instagram. You gotta post your little reels so people know to listen to your podcast and know to support it.
I gotta post my little Betty Boop Labor Day memes. Sorry.
And we are, of course, on Instagram as well. What's All This Pod, and on Blue Sky as well. And you can support this podcast if you spent this whole time being like, oh, I wish I would have seen some of those things. Oh, I wish I would have seen all of the milkshake on Nigel Farage. Then you've got to head on over to patreon.com/what's all this then sign up for the Watch All This Then tier. But if not, then you can also get access to bonus episodes every single week. Lovely finest episodes. And if you want to get in touch with us, it's whatsallthispost@gmail.com. that's the end of this episode, but it will not be the end of Posh People. Posh People will return on What's All This Then?
Posh People returned.
Because we didn't even talk about the main posh person, Posh Spice. There's so much to discuss.
There's so much to do. There's so much more poshness to get into. Are Libby and Charlotte posh? We'll find out another time. We'll never know. Keep listening to stick around. It's the will they, won't they of this podcast. Is are we posh? Okay, that's it. Bye.
Bye.
What's all this then? What's all this then? What's Mr. B? What's a cup of tea? What's mushy pea?